Here.
Bones Unfiltered podcast. Bones Unfiltered podcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Finally, we had the last couple editions of the music edition did not pan out. We had some problems with people being able to make it. So I hadn't been able to put out anything in a while. So thankfully, the young man right next to me, Mr. Graysin Slade, is graced me with his presence to be on the show today, and he was quite punctual. We had a little bit of technical difficulties with shit freezing up, but you all know that's pretty much how it's been going with my show. So we always improvise. But Graysin, it's a pleasure to finally actually see you and finally actually talk to you, besides on the phone.
Yeah, exactly. It's been great. Like just been, just waiting. Like we had a great conversation. Obviously that wasn't taped, so no one heard that. It was a private, fun conversation when we met each other. But
That's
yeah, I've
right.
been looking forward to it because it flowed so well. And yeah, I was just like, I can't wait to get on the show. And I can't believe anyone canceled on you. Like all that, like it's cool that there's been like a lull in the content of musicians, and then here I am. It's like, it's cool, but I don't want that to happen to you either. But it's great to, if anyone was just hungry for that content, well, maybe they'll watch the Graysin Slade version of the show, and have a
I
good
think
time.
so. Absolutely. Well, guys, we're going to get into all sorts of stuff. Obviously, Graysin is going to be a part of the award show that we're going to be a part of. So before we dial him back and we get his story started, just to let everybody know, voting is closed for that, but Graysin will probably most likely be there. And it's going to be November 14th at the Historic Grove Theater in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. So, but we'll get more into that later. But now what I want to do is roll this back, and I want Graysin to start. I want him to go back in time and kind of start when he first discovered that he had talent, when he first discovered that he wanted to do music, and then we're going to progress through his life because this young man he's had some highs and he's had some lows in life, and he keeps persevering, and he is where he is today. So Graysin, if you would, man, kind of kick us off and let everybody know how you got your start.
So I guess, yeah, we just go back to the beginning. Just my first inspiration and why I played guitar in the first place, because it changed my life. I always, kind of just downplay it. I mean, I feel God blessed me with a talent, but the tool I have is literally a piece of wood. And I'm like, this piece of wood changed my life. And it's crazy, just to think how little a guitar is, like what it's made out of is really nothing. It's not valuable at all, really. It's the player, so I'm like, wow, this piece of wood changed my life. But what inspired me to ever grab the piece of wood was I can't remember exactly what guitar solo it was, but I just remember hearing these wailing guitar solos on the radio, and just the ones that give you chills down your spine. And I think I was, teenager, 13, 14, something like that. And the first thing I said, I need to make that noise. Like I need to do that. Like, so I didn't say I want to buy that CD, or I need to go listen to that. I want to go to a concert. Who is that? I want to see them. I went straight to, I need to make that sound. I don't know why, but that is godly, and I have to be a part of that frequency. And and so that's kind of what call me. Like, nope, get out of here. That's what my finger went on the screen real quick. But yeah, it was just that's what happened. And so then I straight just asked my mom. I was like, I'd like to get a guitar. Like I need to make that sound. I need to play that guitar solo. Like I don't care about the riff. I don't care about the singing. I don't care about. I just want to solo. I want to just shred these wailing solos.
Oh,
And
interesting. So the music singing kind of came later.
oh yes, yeah. That's another part. I didn't even want to sing. The only reason I
No
sang
doubt.
was because I couldn't find anyone to sing in my band, and then I had a singer that quit. So I decided to carry the band on my back, and I was just a lead guitarist. And then I became I didn't realize I knew how to sing. I didn't know I could be a front man with the microphone and all the dancing and the showmanship. I didn't know any of that existed at all until I just had to. And it's crazy what comes out of you. Like, even if someone's watching this now, whatever they are, guitarist, bass player, singer, maybe there's more. You don't even
Right.
know it. You know, maybe like you say you're a bass player and you're like, oh, I can't play guitar. That's harder. There's more strings or what, whatever. Maybe
Mhm.
just grab a guitar, start playing it, and you might find that you are way more talented on that than you were the bass or something. And you never knew it because you never tried. Or maybe you
Right.
start singing and now you're a frontman bass player, like, and that's even cooler than being just a frontman, like there's sometimes you just have these special gifts and you just need an opportunity and you have to have the confidence to just try and push through it. And I just found this stuff and it was just amazing. But
Now, were
all
you one
because
of
of
those
circumstances.
were you one of those individuals that had, just you just automatically kinda could hear and learn to play and kinda learned yourself? Or did your mom send you and you took lessons? And if so, like, how long of a process was that with your development?
So I didn't have any lessons. I wouldn't say it came easy at first. So my mom, first of all, she was like, I don't know if we can't afford it, and I don't know if you know how kids are sometimes. Like, are they going to keep the hobby, kind of thing?
Right.
Like, so if I go out and buy this equipment, are you going to put it in the garage later, like, kind of thing?
Right. Right.
So it was one of those like, can I find a guitar that someone has that he can use? So he can see if he really wants to do this. And so then the first thing was just a loaner guitar that someone had. Cool, playing it. It was right-handed. I'm left-handed, so I'm playing
Oh, no
backwards.
doubt.
Yeah, yeah. So I played for like a year and a half backwards. I learned how to play fully backwards, and then I had to relearn how to play on a left-hander when I went to buy my own guitar.
Holy
Um,
cow, so you did learn both ways. Holy
yes,
moly.
and I can
That's
still play
impressive.
the other way, and I'll do it as a trick sometimes because people want to see me play that way, but I don't consistently do it. So
Mhm.
I have to kind of like rethink my brain. But
Mhm.
uh,
Mhm.
but yeah, if I play for a little bit, I mess around with it, I get back in the zone. Yeah, I could play backwards again, and it is harder. So I always recommend if you are a left-hander and you try to go out and do the backwards thing. Man, when I got a left-hander, my development was way better because it's just the way the formations of the patterns, they're just more conducive to your hand
Right.
the correct way. So I think I always recommend, and that's what they told me at the guitar store when I went to go buy it. I was trying to buy a right-hander because I was like, I know how to play it. Look, and I showed them, and they were like, they were guitar players, that they always work at Guitar Center and stuff like that. So they're just like, I really think you shouldn't. You should buy a lefty. So they
Mhm.
convinced me, and then so now I leave the store, can't play because it's left-handed. I've never seen a left-hander before, so I can't even play guitar anymore. I literally just lost a year and a half of my life when I left the store with a
That's
new guitar.
insane. That is
And
crazy.
but like I said, greatest thing. Those guys talked me into it, and I don't know who they are, but they blessed me because I wouldn't. I don't think I'd be playing as good as I am today if it wasn't for going for the left-handed guitar. So I
No
recommend
doubt.
lefties. If you hear this, get the right one. It does help. Use the right hander as a trick, but learn the right way because it's like I said, it's so much easier. The way your hand forms to the patterns is easier. So
Now, when you
yeah,
were a teen, did you ever try an experience with any other kind of musical instruments besides the guitar? Obviously, before you started singing too, but, like
no,
drums or anything like that?
No,
No,
there's no one musical in my family. There's no musical instruments around.
no
My
doubt.
mom liked music. She would sing. Like just for whatever. Like
Hmm.
singing in the
Hmm.
shower, kind of fun. Kind of thing. Like, but I wasn't around that at all. Wasn't in band. I took music class because you had to in school, kind of thing. But I didn't
Right.
really care for it that much. You're playing the recorder or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I
you know
remember
what I
the
mean? So
recorder.
like, I mean, like, yeah, I
Yeah.
got my credit and I moved on with my life. So no, nothing. Never touched anything, and never was. No one. So the whole story goes like I didn't even know I was even any good because I would just play at home. Like I just liked making guitar solos, and I wasn't even any good at it because I didn't know how to play. I didn't have a teacher, and so I'm like trying to go on the internet, learn tabs. What is a tab? Okay, then I learned. You know what I mean? Like the tablature stuff. And then I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
now I'm trying to learn these, and it's like it's very confusing and hard, and I was trying to maybe run before I can walk, kind of thing, because I was trying to learn
Right.
solos before I even learned how
Right.
to rhythm guitar because that's what I wanted to do. So
Right.
it was a whole thing, but I just did it for fun at the house, and a few solos were good, most of them weren't very good, and just played whatever. And So when I got older, went to college, all that stuff, I was already an adult. I went to buy I wanted to buy a nice amp.
Hmm.
So I went to go try some at I think it was Guitar Center or Sam Ash, one of these places. And so I started playing, and I guess by that time I was pretty good. I've been playing for years now since I was a teenager. So a crowd started to form while I was, I guess, soloing at this, trying this amp out, and this is back in San Antonio. And so after when I kind of stopped playing, I looked behind me, and there's all these people. Someone just asked me, "Hey, man, what band you play in? You're really good." And I was like, "I don't play in a band. I just play at home. Like I'm just buying this to go home with." And so like it was just a weird experience. And so after that day, I was like, "Am I good?" Like no one has ever told me I'm good. I've never. I played in front of people like here and there, like my mom. But no one ever told me I was any good. They were just like, "Cool, whatever."
No
And so I was
shit.
like, "Cool, so I'm whatever." And so so I decided maybe I should start a band and go see what happens. So I start putting out ads on Facebook and stuff. You know what I mean? Who wants to start a band just for fun? Like not serious, just who wants to go play some gigs and jam out and play the kind of music I like that has guitar solos. So let's play some like old school metal and rock and roll and just have a good and blues and let's have a good time. And so I put that out and some guys answered it, and we just went out and started playing, and people kept telling me I was good, I guess, and so then I just kept growing. I kept going like, is this real? Like, maybe I'm just good here. Maybe you guys don't know what good is. I kept doubting myself and pushing
Right.
myself to go further because I was like, there's no way I'm that good. Like, how can I be that good? I'm just some dude who plays at home. Like, no one is, I don't even know what I'm doing.
Right.
Um, yeah. There was a whole nother story too. Like, like, uh, I had been asked to play a show for someone else real quick, and it was a jazz band. They just wanted me to come play one show, so I started to learn. So I went to go. They said, "Hey, we heard you play guitar. Can you fill in and play this show for us?" I said, "Sure." So I show up, and then they give me all this music, sheet music, and I was like, I don't know what any of this is."
Oh shit. Yeah, I bet
And
you
so they
didn't.
were like, "Okay, let's write the notes." And so they're like A minor 7 and all these things, and I'm like, I still don't know what any of that means. And they were like, "I thought you played guitar," and I was like, "Yeah, but I don't know a note. I don't know anything." I,
You just did it by
like
ear.
so I just started playing for them. Like, look, I could play, so I'm like playing all this stuff, and I'm like, but I don't know what any of it is. Yeah, so I had learned by ear by that time, but so they were like, oh my, they were like, okay, well, we have here, take the music home, and we have a practice in maybe a week or something like that. And we're gonna get ready for this show. So I went home and I learned every single note on there and came back, and now I can play jazz, whatever, with diminished chords and all kinds of weird stuff. And then it went well. But that was another part of my growth of how I learned a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But just to kind of state that, like, how behind I was with not knowing music, like I really didn't take it that serious. I didn't know I was any good, and it was just crazy. But everything just kind of, God just keeps putting these things in my place to keep growing me. And yeah, that's kind of the beginning stages of how I learned and ran into some speed bumps, and it pushed myself beyond to learn stuff. Like I said, I didn't leave that practice saying, "Well, I suck. I'm never going to play again." They said I can't. I don't know what a diminished chord is. I just went and learned them all. I took it serious. I was like, no,
That's
it's a
crazy.
challenge.
Yeah,
Like I can play guitar. I is what I told myself. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna learn this, and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna show them. And I did. It was great.
that's
Yeah. So
awesome. Well, we're going to hit the
yeah.
pause button for just a second. I just
Yes.
want to, Wolf's in here. I just want to introduce you. Wolf, this is Graysin Slade.
Hey,
And
nice to
Graysin
meet you.
Slade, this is Wolf.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I saw you pop in. I was like, oh, I don't want to be rude, but I was trying to finish my story.
No. She knew. Yeah, we know. That was all good. Now, I will say, when you first started your band, now what genre of music did you start off with?
So after I did so I guess that jazz band thing happened before the other band, right? So I had
Mm-hmm.
so that was something different. So then now I felt pretty confident, like as far as like the Guitar Center place said, this guy said I was good. I was trying to start a band, but I couldn't find people to start it, and that's why I was waiting for that to happen. Played with the jazz band in the meantime. Um, but then when my band started, it was I would say classic metal is what I started, because I was from San Antonio, Texas, heavy metal capital of the world. Like they love old school, Zeppelin, Black Sabbath,
Heck yeah.
Megadeth, and what else? Just even just some obscure, trying to remember the things. UFO, they love Dio and all these bands, right? So like that's the kind of stuff we were playing, and anything with, and all these bands have guitar solos. So I was like, yes, this is my thing, So
Right.
yeah, so that's what we were playing. We started with that. Not really the blues, because that's not what hits in San Antonio. That came later when I went to the South. But yeah, that's where I started. That's the kind of music I was playing at first.
That is awesome. Yeah, because I saw when I was stalking your all's pages, I was like, man, you're kind of like me. You've got a pretty eclectic, amount of different style genres that you
Yeah.
participate and listen to.
Hmm.
So I was really curious what you did start, because yeah, obviously you had to. I don't know if I have the flyer, because I wasn't sure. I was going to download the flyer, but I didn't show it because at first, because I wasn't sure if it was something that had already passed. And I meant to ask you. I don't even.
Probably.
Yeah,
I
I
think
didn't even.
everything that's a flyer has passed. I think everything. Like I don't have any new ones. I don't really have time to make flyers anymore. So I kind of
Right.
just try my best to be like I share stuff. Like when you posted that thing, I was like I shared it.
Hmm.
Um, it's just so tough with the family and everything. Like it's just changed a lot. I just try my best, but yeah, I don't make like the big old flyers where it's like Summer of Slade and it's got like all the dates that I'm going to be traveling to and all that. I just kind of try my best to announce as I go.
Now, once you did start your band, and you all did you all do any performances in other states, or did you kind of remain where you were because it was so early on in the process?
Yeah, so we didn't go anywhere besides suburbs of San Antonio kind of thing.
Hmm.
I think maybe a small town that's like an hour away, hour and a half away, something like that. It was hard to get started, and then it
Hmm.
was it was just hard. It was, and then the type of music we were playing, it a little bit better in the city. San Antonio really likes that music, but it was a little harder to get out of there. And then every
Hmm.
city sometimes has their own like gatekeepers. Like there's a lot of gatekeepers around. yeah, certain cities are worse. Like I feel like Houston's one of them. Like it's hard to get in. No one wants you in there. They don't give you a chance. Yeah, so there's some that are like that. Knoxville's really bad. So there's a lot of cities that just won't let you play unless you know someone or you pay to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't really get out very much.
Now, how many piece band were you all when you first started?
So I was trying to make a 4-piece band, and that's what we were at first, and that was with the singer, right? So I was like, okay, I'm lead guitar, we get a drummer, a bass player, and then singer, maybe with the rhythm guitar or something like that. So at least 4 guys, and then we'll see what happens from there. And so when we first started, that's what we had: a rhythm guitar, singer, and then I had to get rid of him, and then just different things. It just kept falling apart. It was tough. We played like one show. Bass player and singer had left because just control, weird things. One show and they already had big heads, So, and then I was like, okay, I'm the only guitarist in the band now. Let's cut it to as least people as possible because everyone just gets egos. So. I'm like, okay, so one guitar now, and so we just need a singer. That's all we need. And I tried out a few, and the way I got singing was we finally found this guy. Man, he was good too, like singing Judas Priest and stuff like that, hit high notes and shit. And I was just like, man, we're ready, man. I was like, we're good. Let's play. So I booked a show because that's also one of the things I'm known for. Like, you join my band. If I like you, I see potential, we'll have a gig in a month. You better be ready because I don't wait. I don't play. Like, if you're not ready, I don't have time for you. Like, if you can't play a show in a month, then you're the wrong guy. So because I did that to every group I've had so far. And so I guess that's kind of something I'm known for, is just I push guys to just go. Who cares? It's just music. No one knows what you're doing. If you mess up, like, why are you taking it so seriously? Right. And so I got this guy, I got a gig, and we're ready. And so this guy, he freaked out, and he's just like, oh man, we need to practice for like a year before we go out there, get it all tight. And I was like, bro, I said, you can practice for a year with the band. I said, I'm going to carry this on my back until then. Cause I wanted him to sing. I didn't want to take over. I just was like, I can't keep a band together anyways. I finally have all the parts.
A year.
Yeah, these guys are not going to wait a year to play a gig because we had already been waiting. Like, I think my drummer and me were the only original guys in this band after I got rid of the other 2. And I think at this point, we were in the band for a year and a half, and we played one show. Because we played one show and fell apart again, and then I could not get a bass player, I couldn't get a singer, I couldn't get the guys together. So I was like, we're not going to wait another year, man. We've been waiting a year and a half.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, the bass player had joined, and he only been in there for like a month longer than the singer, maybe, or a few weeks longer than him. Like, everything just came together. So. So I just told him, you're just gonna have to keep practicing, and we're just gonna do this gig because I'm not canceling. I never cancel. I still have never canceled a show. And so and I played shows by myself because the band canceled, but I've never not shown up. So I was just like, we're gonna do this, and so I start singing. So I don't even know the words to these damn songs either. I got to get my charger though. So hopefully the phone doesn't drop.
Where's it at?
It's right over there. Okay, my wife's gonna get it. Okay, what was I? Okay, she's gonna plug it in too. Sweet, thank you.
Yeah, you were talking about how you would even do the gigs, even if the band just bailed on you.
Yeah, and I'll tell you those stories too. I've done that at least 4 times, I think, in my career. I've shown up, played by myself, got paid full band pay because the bar is always like so shocked that I showed up,
Right.
And so because I said I'd never cancel a show, and it's just something I'm known for. When it first happened, I didn't know what I was doing. I was scared, whatever. Now it's like my thing. I never cancel. No one can show up. I don't care. If I don't show up, I probably died. Like that. That's just what happened. You know what I mean? Like, because I've never not shown up. Yeah. So there may be a day I don't show up, but it's not because I'm sleeping in or something. So
right. Yeah. It'll be for a legitimate purpose.
It's a serious reason. Yeah.
You sick, the wife sick, kids, the young and sick.
Even that, I'll probably just carry them on my back and they'll be at the show.
And when he says
I'll bring a hospital bed and I'll hire a nurse and whatever. Like I'm crazy, like.
Well, and he makes this joke about carrying his kid on his back, but this is not a joke. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you right now. Now, I do have a couple photos with his child in there, and I want everybody to know that I intentionally chose ones that did not show the child's face because they do a pretty good job of their Facebook of keeping their child's face out of it, and I can respect that. So. I just wanted to throw that out there too before we get started. But what he's talking about, and I thought this was so cool. This is one of the coolest photos, I think, because it shows a dad with his kid. He's still doing the gig, so he has to improvise. So what does he do? Well, Pam, sound asleep on his back, and he's sitting there performing with his son strapped to him. That is just the coolest and the cutest thing, man. It's so adorable. And I mean, you could tell the little guy is just, he's knocked. But yet there he was, and dad's still performing, even though he was on child duty at the time. And it's not, and for those out there, he's not on child duty because he doesn't have a significant other, because he has a very wonderful significant other. Say her name again to make sure I pronounce it correctly. Is it
Kayla? It's just normal Kayla.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just spelled different, but yeah.
I just didn't want to butcher her name, but but Miss Kayla, we're going to get into her too because I mean she's also incredibly talented, and they now are, I guess you're still doing stuff together. So obviously,
she's on stage that show too, right there. Like she's just not on camera, but she's playing the bass at that show.
She was.
Yeah. So we're there. So it's kind of like, well, we don't have anyone to watch our child because we're both on stage.
I carried him in the womb. You can carry him on your back.
I don't know if you heard what she said.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. And if she wants to get on here, she's welcome to.
She said, well, she's cutting potatoes right now, so I think she said she didn't want to, but
well, that's okay.
Okay, so maybe we'll get her on at some point, but she's cutting potatoes right now, and so I'll let her do that.
Well, he's very, very into his kid. Like his Facebook, you can tell he's a very good father. He's a very determined father. He's determined to succeed in music, but also he's determined to take care of his family. And here's just another picture of the little guy. Him sitting there feeding his boy.
Yep.
And what is he, about 2 years old in that photo, maybe? Or
well, now he's almost 2. So he's probably only year and probably a little less than a year and a half, maybe.
Nice.
Because I don't know when that is, but we've been here where that's a different house. That's in Bowling Green, but we've been here for like 2 months. So that's probably like 3-4 months ago, maybe.
Oh,
so yeah, a year and a half, maybe. Yeah, he was there.
Now, how tall are you? Are you a tall fella?
He's a cutie.
6 foot.
So you're a little bit taller than me. Yeah. You're right around 6 foot. I was going to say, because man, for his size, I mean, based looking at this photo, he looks like he's got really long legs.
He's long. He's going to be definitely long and tall, and he has really big feet and hands. So I do think he's going to like.
Maybe
I don't know.
How are you?
Almost like a dog, like where they're like when they have the little puppies have big old paws. You're like, that's going to be a big dog. I don't know if that works for people. But I think it will. Like I think he's gonna be a big man. I think he's gonna be bigger than me, probably. I don't know. That's what I think. But We'll see.
Now, Kayla, how tall is Kayla? Is she tall, or does she have tall family members?
She's 5'5". Her, I'd say, I mean, I think her brother is probably like maybe 6'1" or something like that.
So pretty comparable to your,
Yeah,
much
he's a
your
little taller
genetics,
than me, but yeah.
but not by
And
much.
your dad's probably maybe slightly shorter than me, maybe like 5'10", 5'11", so they're not
Mhm.
super short. They're, but her brother is a thicker guy, like, bigger bone than I am. So that's why I'm like,
Right.
I think he might have got that gene, because my family is more like myself, thin, like, uh, you know, just the bone structure, right? Like, not that everyone is is like lean like myself, but like just bone structure, right? Like you're not hugely wide. You're kind of narrow, and you know that's my family. So I was like, I think maybe he got it from that side, where he's gonna be a little bit bigger, like like a
And
linebacker style, like a bigger guy,
right, and you could tell he's lean, folks, because this picture here, right there, I mean, you could
Oh
tell how
yeah,
lean.
yeah,
You
yeah. So I was like saying, like, not
you are
everyone in my
thin and
family is
lean,
that
man.
lean.
You're thin and lean for sure. There ain't a whole lot of BMI there. That's
Yes, yes.
excess. That's for
I
sure.
definitely take a lot of interest, and I wasn't always like that either. My boy got me into that because I saw how much junk was in the foods. So I didn't want Kayla to eat crap because my son was in her stomach, and so I started changing our diet. I cut out
Hmm.
sugar completely, so I haven't had white sugar in like 3 years, and
No doubt.
Oh
That's
wow.
yeah,
awesome, dude. That's
and
awesome.
and even if the label says added sugar, I don't eat it. So if it says like even it, because they'll add it in everything, like it'll be
Yeah.
in chips, and you'll be
Yeah.
like, why does that have sugar? It's supposed to be salt, like. So I'm like, and it'll be like a lot. It'll be like 9 grams added sugar. I'm like, I don't think so. Like you're just trying to fatten me up. I don't like that. So I won't eat
Right.
any of that. So I read every label. My son has never had white sugar, and we don't have it in the house. So anyways, I leaned out. I lost 40 pounds without. So the picture with him on my back. I wouldn't say that was the 40 pounds. That was probably like, I think I probably lost maybe 10, 15 since that one. Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah.
So I'm leaner in the one you just showed. That one, probably about 15 pounds more I lost since then.
Just from cutting the sugar out. That's
Just
awesome,
so,
dude.
yeah, cutting sugar and white carbs.
Well, I
So
noticed on
no,
yours and Kayla's page both, you all definitely it seemed where you could tell you were into the more healthy food choices. A lot of looked like Mediterranean dishes and stuff like that.
yeah, that's what I cook if I can, because I am Jewish, so that's my culture. So I eat a
Hmm.
lot of. That's what I would cook mostly, but not a lot of times I just throw something together because it's like you're just pressed for time. So I don't really do a
Right.
recipe. It's more like, but it's whole foods. It'd be like, potatoes air fried. Like, so today, this morning, for breakfast, I had air fried potatoes, uh, cabbage, eggs,
I love cabbage.
jalapenos. I think that's a glass of milk, and I think that's it.
Hell, that's
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah. So it's like I made like these cabbage, like egg, whatever. Like it was like my taco, I guess. Like the cabbage, and I have it, so I use what I have. And
Hmm.
people give me stuff a lot of times, and so I just kind of whatever they give me, I just eat. I don't want to go waste, so I eat all my fresh stuff first. So they gave me cabbage. I don't want it to go bad, so I've been just everything's with cabbage until it's gone. But I ate a lot of eggs. I think I ate eight eggs, and so I ate a lot. You know what I mean? Like calories wise, probably almost 4,000 a day. But I
Hmm.
stay that lean because it's whole foods. It's so.
Right.
Yeah,
Now,
but
do
just
you
white carbs. So no white rice. So I only eat brown rice, wheat bread, 100% wheat bread, uh, like oatmeals, things like that. Pasta has to be whole wheat as well. I don't eat any white pasta. and no sugar. And I lost 40 pounds from that. And then when I wanted to get more cut, I did have to start looking at my calories and stuff like that and protein.
Right.
Get the last like 8 pounds off because I think I ended up losing more to get, because I was like, man, I can see my abs. I want to see more. I'll be ripped. So I got that far. I was like, now I want to be ripped. You know.
I feel you. Hell yeah. Now,
Yeah, but if you just
the property you live on, do you have a garden? Do you grow a lot of your stuff, or do you just pretty much, if people offer you fruits and veggies, you're just like, yeah, I'll take it?
So they wanted to have a garden. One person has a small garden, and they gave me some of their stuff when they have too much. They asked if I wanted to start one myself. I said sure. So they finally tilled me some land over here, and I planted, but it was like late, like literally, I think it was July 26th is when I planted. So I only could put winter crop, like late crops in.
Yeah.
And then the mower guy ran it over like literally last week. So I was just like, I guess he was off for a while, so he didn't know that I had planted. So I had this tomato plant growing, and he just sawed it off, and whatever. God will bless it. Maybe the tomato seeds flew everywhere, and we'll have tomatoes everywhere. Like, it's all good. You know?
Well, that's one way to be positive.
Yeah, so like, I just see the best and everything.
Positive. So that's
yep. So I was like, and then some of the other stuff didn't get hit. So I had some radishes and things. We'll see what happens. But I am trying to grow some stuff. I have grown a lot in the past and the other properties I've been in. So I do that. But mainly, I said most of my food source is pretty much what everyone just gives me. There's so much produce around here.
Mm-hmm.
People have too much, and they just give it to me. And they ask, how much can I eat? And because they look at me and they probably think, oh, he doesn't eat that much.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, how much you got? So like this other day, this guy was trying to get rid of some eggs. He's like, they're going to go bad. I need to get rid of some eggs. How many do you really eat? And I was like, well, when I don't have that many, like on a bad day, I think I eat about 9 a day. And I said, but I can eat more, and he's like, how many you got? I was like, I eat based upon what I have. I don't really eat. I only eat for flavor on Shabbat once a week. Every other day, it's just to separate the mundane from the holy. Like, I partake in the beauty of the world one day a week for God, and every other day is just like business. So if I'm eating only 20 eggs and I have no salt, no flavor, just boom, that's all you got, and that's what I'm gonna eat, because that's what I got. If I'm only eating cabbage, that's what I got. Whatever. So that's how I eat during the week. So I told him, I was like, well, I'll eat as many as I can. I said I could probably literally eat. I could probably 3 times that. I said, a day easily.
Right.
Because and so he gave me 16 dozens of eggs, and I think it took me a little, like a week and a few days to eat it all, with my family too, because they eat a few. But yeah, I was eating like 20 eggs a meal. Crazy. But yeah, that's how I get my food. They're just like, I have too many zucchini. Can you eat them? Yeah. I can eat them. Yep. I'll make sure those go into someone's stomach, and it'll be mine. For my family. Because I was like, it won't go to waste if you give it to me, is what I say. Like, again, spread it around, give everyone what they need. But if you are going to throw it in the garbage and it's good food, give it to me. I will prioritize eating it. And so I sometimes only eat potatoes if that's all I have. Besides my protein, I have to hit my protein and my fat goals. There are 2 things I do watch. But once I get that in, like the rest of your calories, so like if I eat all my protein and 1,000 calories and I still have like 3,000 more, well, it's 3,000 of potatoes, because that's what I have, and nothing else. I got all this other stuff that I might want to eat. I'm like, man, those chips look good. Nope, those are packaged. Those are gonna last. Don't eat that. Canned food. Nope, that's gonna last. Can't eat that. Fresh, I go for. So yeah, so people give me a ton of stuff. The farm eggs, they do have farm eggs here, tons of them. So that is a huge source of things I eat, is eggs. and then people just potatoes. They had a huge beet crop a few weeks ago. No one wanted them because they're beets. So I took like I had a whole produce drawer full of beets. Ate them every day. So much, I mean, which I didn't know, but your pee will turn red from eating too many beets.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but that's how many beets I was eating. And I was like, so at first I'm just like, oh shit, am I bleeding? What's up? What's going on here? You know? But
That's
yeah,
just
so,
like you eat blueberries. You eat a bunch of blueberries and you'll shit green.
okay,
Yep.
well they just gave me some blackberries yesterday, so I don't know if those
Well,
turn
that's
anything,
gonna
but
that may be interesting. So not
we'll
no
find
sure.
out about we'll find out about that. I haven't started eating them yet, but we just got them yesterday. But yeah, so people just give me stuff, all the Whole Foods, everything else I tell them no, like I don't want it. Like if it's again the white carbs, you're trying to get rid of bread that's white. Nope, no, I will throw it in the garbage, give it to someone else. That stuff I don't eat, but all the vegetables and meat and eggs, yes. So we eat very well here.
But you eat clean. And
Clean,
there's nothing
yeah,
wrong with that. I mean,
yeah,
there's so damn much preservatives and shit now that, you know,
yeah.
it's a lot of stuff's just not good for you.
No, and
Even if they act like it is, you know,
yes,
it's not.
yeah, exactly. You. That's why I was like surprised when we got pregnant. I was like, wow, that's supposed to be healthy. That's worse than the junk stuff or that they say is bad for you. You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
what? So I'm like, no, I'm not eating any of this anymore. And I said I cut weight. So I always just tell people that's and I didn't cut anything out. Like I ate like a king, just no sugar, no white carbs, and
You
I
just
lost
cut
40
out the
pounds.
bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when I wanted that extra, I think it was like 8 pounds to really, because I wanted it to be cut, that's when I had to try. But not everyone wants to be like that. So like you literally
Right.
could just be in great, good, thin shape, healthy, just by cutting out that stuff. So I always share that with everyone I know.
Yeah. That's
It,
good advice too.
yeah.
It's really good. Now I used to drink a lot of sodas, especially when I worked EMS. I would sip on a damn soda all damn day long. And I started to get a little bit thick there towards the
Yeah.
end.
Those
But
liquid ones, man, that's tough. Yeah.
yeah, it is. But I tell you what, the turning point for me was when I got the kidney stone. Because
Ooh, yeah.
oh my god, because I had it and I was the first one, and I knew as soon as it locked up, I was like, oh shit, I know exactly what's going on. So we went, and of course they tried to break it up. They tried to go in and retrieve it. They couldn't get to it, so they put a stent in, and it took 10 days for me to pass that son of a bitch. After
Damn.
that, I hardly drink any sodas. I'm like, screw that. I'm like a water guy, or I'll do like,
Yep.
like apple cider vinegar and like lemon concentrate, and then mix it with water, which tastes like shit, by the way. It's terrible, but it's better for you than the alternative. So
Yeah. Yeah.
but just want to take a quick second to say hi to Hell House. He's in here. If you don't know who Hell House is, he's one of the
Hey,
guys
Hell House.
he does a lot of promoting and stuff. Like he just did what they called Boots Camp up in it was Illinois, correct, Wolf? You were a
No,
part of
it's Summersville, Missouri.
Oh, Summersville, Missouri. I don't know why the hell I cannot get my head wrapped around that. But Wolf, she actually went up there to Boots Camp and did she collected a lot of content because she's going to be starting a TV show on Amazon Prime and stuff with different content. So she went to St. Louis, which is where she's currently at and still gaining all sorts of content and shit, and she's fixing to be moving back home in the Moorhead area of Kentucky here pretty soon. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's where that picture was from. That was Moorhead State. That picture with my baby on my back. Yeah.
Oh, no
Oh, that's
doubt. So
awesome.
that's where you were at. Was Moorhead?
Yeah, that was
no doubt.
Moorhead State playing there. Yeah.
Now back to this photo real quick. Now, was this one of your first guitars or no?
That is so that's the guitar I've had the longest. So the first one I bought was an acoustic guitar, which I still have. I don't play it that often, but I have it. And then I got an electric. So I've had, I think, 2 guitars before this one.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, and that one. So the other one was like it was a right-hander that my mom got me. That I switched it to a left-hander. Switched the strings. It was a it was a King V is what the shape was. So you could it didn't matter about the cutout. Um,
I don't think I have a picture of that one. I don't know if
no,
I
that was
saw it.
long. That's
I was
before.
gonna say I don't
That was
think
when I
I
was a
saw
kid.
that.
Yeah, that was like the first one, and then I bought one off of I think Amazon for like $99, I think.
Right.
A real right-hander, I mean a left-hander, just to just wanted to have a guitar,
Was
pretty
that your
much.
blue one?
No. That one was actually that's new. That was actually gifted by a fan online on
Oh, so
Instagram.
this one right here, 'cause it's beautiful, man. I love the
I
love the
love that
coloration.
one. Yeah,
That's a
Yep.
that one's
nice.
awesome.
That's the new look. So that's my new
Yeah.
guitar. I just got that.
That's sweet.
I don't remember. Maybe like in January or February. Did I play this? Yeah, I did play the college tour. It's about January, I think. January or something like that. Yeah, a nice fan on Instagram sent that to me, and he just said, "I've seen you play for years, and you have the same busted black guitar." And he's like, "That's really sad that you're such a hardworking musician and a good guy, and you can't afford anything new." And and I was just like, I didn't believe it. I wasn't even sure it was really going to happen. I'm just like, maybe he's just trying to blow smoke up my ass to make me feel like, yeah, I don't know, because people do things like that. They just want to say they're going to get you something, but they don't.
Right.
And he did. He sent it to me, and that's
awesome.
cool.
yeah.
That's
So that's
really cool.
I don't really. I guess I don't know. I don't take care of myself. Besides my food, my health part, yes, but like as far as other things, I don't know. Like everything falls apart, holes in my socks. My shoes had duct tape on it. I don't know. That's how I am. I have something. If it's not completely broken, where it's still useful, I just keep it and I keep going with it. And I guess I'm still that homeless guy. That homeless mentality. When I live in my truck, I still feel like that sometimes. And then people just started to give me even the food. Like people just started giving me things, and so now that's what I'm a religious man. Obviously, I've mentioned God many times in this podcast already. So I just decided also, kind of recently, when around the time I got the guitar, is just go with God will bring people to me. He will bring the people who want to give me what I need to give. The gigs will come when they come. If I don't have it and he's not giving it to me, I don't need it. So that's why the food.
Right.
That's why I eat the crap. I would say crap. I mean, I'm blessed, Baruch Hashem. I mean, I'm blessed to have the food, but like somebody might not want to eat cabbage every meal until it's gone, or potatoes every meal, or drink 2 cups of milk every meal because you don't want it to go bad. 20 eggs at a meal.
Dude, that's a lot of eggs, bro. That's a lot of fucking eggs.
yeah. I looked up to see if it was healthy to eat that many eggs, and the internet said no, but I did it anyways. And no, it's great.
Now the biologists say different, so
yeah.
At least the ones I watch, they say eggs are fine. But I remember when we went through that phase where they were like, "Oh, you can't eat eggs," and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, at that time I was even living on a farm, working on a farm, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, these farmers, they get up and they eat eggs because we ate eggs every damn day, along with everything else, biscuits, gravy. I mean, Mama Marie, the grandma, she would cook breakfast, have it and then have your lunch packed too in a paper sack, and as soon as you were done eating, you snagged your paper sack and you were out in the fields until dinner time. And, then of course you come in at dinner time and I mean, this shit was right on the table. As soon as you walked in the door, you ate. And then you were so damn tired. You very little TV watching and you were out. You were done and ready to do it again. 'Cause there was certainly no days off.
Yeah.
So I definitely love that.
Yeah, but I was sure that just how many. I was just like, is there too many eggs? Or like, because I don't want to be like all constipated or something. Like, like I don't,
Yeah, no,
like,
yeah, no,
is it gonna mess
shit,
me
or
up?
shit a chicken?
Yeah, I just wasn't sure. That's what I was worried about because there was, I've in this journey, I've done some just tweaks to my diet, and certain things work, certain things don't. For that reason, either being constipated or pissing red because of beets,
Because of
just
the
trying to make
beets.
sure that I'm okay. And so that it said don't do that, but I did it anyways because I was like, I don't know, because it was like, oh, too much, your body can't handle that kind of fat at one time, like too much fat at one time and too much protein. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna do it anyway, see what happens. And I was fine. I was, like, yeah, it was better than when I was eating. What was I eating before? Probably when I was eating a ton of just meat, like when I was more carnivore, just lamb and beef and chicken. That was one of those things that you get a little constipated on that. Yeah, too much meat. So yeah,
I've never had lamb. I'd like to try it. I've never had it. That's one thing I've
very
never
good. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, one of my favorites.
Is it really good?
But
it doesn't have
You've
a
never
gamey
had
I love
taste,
it.
does it?
You've never had lamb?
Yeah, I've never had lamb. Yeah. Is it gamey or no?
No. You
So
never
it's not-
had a gyro?
I don't. Well,
yeah,
I mean,
You're
I
right.
did have a
lamb.
gyro, but I didn't know what the hell was on. So maybe I have then. Maybe I just didn't know
Yeah,
what the hell was on it.
yeah, that's what they put on gyros.
Yeah,
No
they
shit.
can have some. I don't know where, probably where you're at in Louisville. It probably would be lamb, but I've gone to some places that smaller towns and stuff, smaller areas, and they don't offer lamb in the Euros. It's chicken or beef, just because they're, I don't know, probably because sometimes small town people might freak out because they
Yeah.
because they've never had it, and they're like, I don't want that or something. I don't know, like, but I've noticed that they won't have an option, and I'm just like, how do you not have lamb as an option at a Mediterranean place?
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Yeah, I've seen that in my travels. So it's not always for sure. It depends on where you ate it at. But if it was in a bigger city, it was probably.
Well, it may have been lamb then. I may have had it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to make a point though. The wife made the comment the other day. She wants
and it
to
can
go.
be a little bit, have a slightly gamey taste, slightly, like it's a little different. But the older the animal gets, that's the more gamey it gets, right? So if you eat goat, you eat sheep, like. Those will be a little bit more. So like when I eat goat, yeah, that's quite gamey. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know how true this is too, but I used to hunt years and years and years ago. It's probably been 25 years since I've been hunting. But I did hear too. It's also if you kill it yourself, it affects the taste based on your shot. So like if you had a quick kill, then it tends to be less gamey. Whereas if you don't hit it good and it runs off and its heart's pumping, it's flooding itself with all this,
Oh, wow.
Different emotions and testosterone or epinephrine or whatever. Like it floods its body with everything while it's trying to flee. That apparently that also can affect the meat taste. Now I don't know.
Oh, I never heard that.
Yeah, I don't know how true it is. I could be wrong. So hey, just so everybody knows, I'm not a meat guy. I'm not a butcher. I don't know for sure.
I would believe it. My wife says yes because she's,
The adrenaline tank.
The adrenaline, that's the word I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
I could not. Adrenaline.
Yeah.
Adrenaline it dumps so bad.
So that's
that
interesting.
it can really gamify the meat.
Okay.
Especially in deer. Now that's what I used to only hunt was deer.
Yeah.
So I didn't really hunt anything else. But yeah, that's really. I'll have to make a point to pay attention next time when we go.
Yeah, go out and try to find some just to make sure you got that flavor and this is what I like or it's not, But I mean, they sell it at any grocery store as well.
Well, that's true. Like I guess I'd have to learn how to prepare it. I don't know. When you cook it, what do you season yours with?
I salt, pepper. I like shawarma seasoning, but it's a Mediterranean seasoning.
So it's a Mediterranean. It's called shawarma.
shawarma. Yeah, so it's
I'll have to check
literally
that
probably
out.
what it would taste like at the plate at the like a Mediterranean restaurant.
Gotcha.
So it's got like cumin and uh, coriander, cinnamon, things like that in it. But if I don't have that, just salt, little pepper. It's good. I love it. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, just
Well,
salt and pepper. And it's a red meat, so you don't have to worry about cooking it all the way through if you don't want to make it tender.
yeah, I know they don't on Hell's Kitchen and shit. You know, if you make
Yeah.
it too well done, they'll flip the fuck out.
Yeah, yeah. I watch a lot of that too, so that's how.
I do too. Well, my handicapped son is obsessed with it, so he'll watch. He'll be like, "Oh, it's got this new episode." I'm like, "Buddy, we've already seen that 3 times." But he'll want to play it, and he'll play that shit on loop over and
Nice.
over and over again.
I love that shit too because I love food. So yeah, like man, one
it
day
has
maybe if
inspired
he ever
me to
wants to cook or something,
Yeah.
I'd love to try some of those recipes. Certain things,
Yeah.
resting your meat that works. So like if you do the lamb, rest it. Yes, do rest it.
So
It
for
makes
sure.
it better.
All right,
Yeah.
duly noted. I will
Beautiful.
definitely pay attention to that.
Rest it in some salt, so like a little salt afterwards, and let it rest. Yeah, it makes it a little better. Yep.
Hell yeah. That sounds good to me, my brother.
Yeah.
Now, so here he is in Texas, started a band. Obviously, same problems my boy's going through right now, James Luker. I mean, he gets bandmates and then we lose bandmates and we get them back and we lose them. We lose these over here and then we'll replace them and we lose somebody over here. It's been one of these fucking things.
Yep.
So I can only fathom. So that brings me to my next question. Once you were in Texas, obviously you didn't stay in Texas because you went to Bowling Green, you've been to Indianapolis, and those are just the 2 that I know of. It may have been more. So what now pushed you to leave Texas, and is that when you experienced the homelessness that you went through with your lifestyle?
Yes. So I guess we'll pick up where I was, just kind of finish the story. I had to learn the words of the songs, right? Because I had to take over for this guy that was going to wait for being a singer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
So I learned the words. So I'm sitting here like I'm driving, singing lyrics, fucking them up, going like, damn it, what was that word again? Looking on my phone, like pretty much prepping myself to know the words. And I'm bad with lyrics. That's one of my weaknesses.
Right.
As far as so you give me a song, you want me to play it? Okay, guitar wise, yeah, I got that down in an hour. You want me to learn to sing it? Oh, that'd be a month. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I'll fuck it up every time at practice for a month. It's hard for me to remember words. So I was busting my balls to try to learn these damn lyrics of this whole set of songs. I had no idea what anyone was singing.
Right.
I don't even hear words. I can't understand what people say most of the time. Like my wife, literally all the time, especially like country music. I don't know a damn thing they're saying. Like I hear just bebop, blah, ooh, da, blah, blah. Like that's what it sounds like. I hear like Charlie Brown, teacher, womp womp. I cannot understand a word they say until my wife sings the song, and then I'm like, that's what that's about. I'm like, what? I've heard that song years, and I never knew what they were saying, or I thought they were saying something else. Yeah, bad with words. But anyway, so I'm learning the words, busting my balls. I'm at practice, singing with the band. The old singer who wanted to wait a year comes in, and he watches like me finish the set, whatever, and he's just like, "You guys don't need me. You have a singer. He can sing." And I sucked, just so you know. When I first started, I didn't know how to sing either. So that not only do I know the words, I was not very good. And that's not me just busting my own balls. I wasn't good. That's real. So because I never sang, I didn't know how to use my vocal cords and your diaphragm and all that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So like I was just not very good at it. Like I could sing a little bit. Like I wasn't as the worst, but I was definitely below average. You shouldn't be singing. But I thought to myself, I'm good enough at guitar to where when I play a solo, the people will say, "Oh, that's why he's in the band." We'll give him a pass. That's where I thought I was. Like, so I was below average, but not screeching a chalkboard with your nails, but not good. But my guitar solos were on the other end, so I was like, they'll think I'm cool. Okay, so that's the only reason why I was able to even go out there with a straight face.
Right.
Well, the singer, he's like, you got a singer. He probably saw my one good moment that I had, and you know, because certain notes I can hit, and just not all of them. Because we're talking like Led Zeppelin, and we're doing, you know, like
that's some tough
yeah,
shit, bro.
Judas Priest, like, you know, I'm like, damn, dude, like,
shit right there.
Yeah. So I'm like, it wasn't all good, but so he just says, I'm good, and we're good, we're out, I'm out. You got your singer. So I look at the guys, and I'm like, okay, this is what the plan is now. I will carry the band on my back. I am not canceling gigs. We are not stopping this, but we will look for a singer, and we will find one. Someone in the crowd will be a singer, I told them. And they will come up to us and say, can I join your band? And the guys are like, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds like a legit idea. So I said, until then, I'm the singer, temporary. Let's just do this. Let's keep practicing. So we kept going. We played the gig and kept playing gigs. I kept getting better. Started finding that I was like a front man, a showman. Like I was, you know, pointing at the crowd, you know, and doing all kinds of things. And people really liked my show, liked me. And so then I was like, I guess I'm the singer. And also while I was driving, I'm over here doing diaphragm things and looking up singing lessons on YouTube and following their la 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 la, like doing all that crap, you know, while I'm driving all the time. Until I learned how to sing. So I taught myself how to sing, and that's how that's set off. And so then we're just playing gigs, but still hard. Like you said, it's hard to get gigs. No one knows who you are, even if you're good. So we're playing like maybe once every 2 to 3 months. Like it was hard to get gigs.
Yeah.
And then I had that big show, this band Zero the Hero in San Antonio, which was one of the guys that I had just looked up to, the guitarist of that band. They had a cancellation, and it was a charity show, and they asked me to play and to fill in, and I said, hell yeah, it was a dream come true. Played for them at a nice bar, Fitzgerald's in San Antonio, where, you know, you get seen, everyone kind of knows where you are. And since that day, we started getting booked like all the time, every weekend.
Wow.
You know, multiple times a weekend, you know, after that show. So, because all the other bands liked me, they were like, oh, I want you to open for me. I want you to this, blah, blah, blah. So it just all happened, right? So then I started rocking and rolling, doing this. And I'm like, okay, I want to see how far we can go now, right? So now this is the next level.
Right.
Let's go to Austin, Texas, because that's a music town. And I'm gonna go all in on music. So I'm gonna quit my job, and we're gonna play music, and I'm gonna go to Austin, and we're gonna make this happen. And the other guys were kind of like, well, we can't move because we're older guys and this and that. I said, that's fine, but Austin's not that far. You come play with me if I get a gig? They said, yeah. So I said, cool. So I'm gonna go to Austin, live there, get us all the connections, and then we're gonna get gigs, and you're gonna come up and play with me. That was the plan. 2019. You need something? Okay. 2019. And I was going to move summer 2020. That was the goal. COVID happens. Everything shuts down.
No.
I had already quit my job. So I got no job now, no music gigs. You know, so the band breaks up as well. And that's due to political differences. You know, because that was a time of this and that. You know what I mean? Like
right.
Different sides. People drew lines, and
it got real hairy.
Yeah, so some people said, you know, didn't want to be around people. Some people said, I don't care. You know, the one guy in the band didn't want to be around us, right? Because he said we get him sick or something. So. And then the other guy just kind of was like, I don't know. I'm not comfortable with you anymore. Cause I was like, look, I need to keep doing this. I didn't want to quit because of something stupid.
Well, yeah, and you had
like
to make
COVID,
money.
you
I
know,
mean,
I was like,
you didn't have a
I
job.
want to fail because I suck. You know what I mean? Like, I want to say
Right.
I gave it all and I did not make it as a musician. Not, why didn't you make it, Grayson? COVID. What the
Yeah.
fuck's that?
Yeah, I
You know,
feel you.
like 20 years later, talking to my kids. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck's that?
Right.
Something
No, I
happened. The
understand.
government told me I can't play. I thought you were a rock and roll guy. You know what I mean? You let the government talk to you? You know what I mean? Like, fuck the government. Like, you know, that's what hoping my son tells me that, you know, in 20 years, because that's a rock and roll kid, you know? So I was like, no, this is not happening. And so the other guy was scared of that, my attitude of that, because, you know, not a lot of guys were rock and rollers. You found out who was a rocker and who wasn't. And so I was like, so the band broke up, and that's when I became the one-man band. I said, I'm gonna get my fucking laptop. I'm gonna make a band. I'm gonna make all the tracks. I'm gonna play the bass, and put all the bass lines down. And I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna play guitar and sing. And I'm gonna keep on making money. I'm gonna survive. And so I did that, and that was kind of during the first shutdown time where everyone was like feeling it out, and I wasn't even sure what the hell was gonna happen. So I was kind of like, that's I'm just sitting here with my laptop. Cool. Perfect. Then things kind of opened up a little bit, like outside stuff, right? You know, farmers markets. And I'm like, hey, I could play a farmers market. And all the bands in San Antonio had quit or they were scared. And so when I'd call somewhere, they were like, yeah, no one wants these gigs. Yeah, come on down. And so I changed my set as well. So I changed it to play Tom Petty and blues, and because I was like, I'm playing farmers markets and restaurants now. I'm not playing, you know, heavy metal clubs.
Yeah, they're probably not big into the heavy metal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
So I started taking up all these gigs and stayed alive, right? Doing it.
Right.
And I'm like, and so I was hungry for these gigs, and I was staying afloat by myself. Now I realized I don't need a band. I can go anywhere. I'm going to go on tour, and I want to find out if I'm actually good. Again, trying to test myself, or if San Antonio maybe is the worst market ever, and I'm only good because I live in San Antonio. You know, I have no idea. I've never been outside. So I'm like, let me go find out. Let me go wherever I can go. So I start making some you know, calls and stuff, and the South, you know, Alabama, Tennessee, places like that were like, yeah, we rock out here, like, and no bands are out. They're all broke up. If you come out, we'll let you play. We'll let you live at the bar. They said, you know, like we'll give you sleep right here. We got a couch, and I'm just like, and we'll give you food. And I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. Let's schedule it. So, so then I'm like, okay, now what do I do? And I was like, I'm gonna sell everything. Fuck it. Why come back? Burn the bridges, burn those ships behind you. Let's go. And let's just do this. And let me take all the money I have, jump in my truck, and go town to town and be a real blues man. Make my own tour, make my own way.
Had you met Kayla yet?
No, I met her on the road.
So you still hadn't met her yet? Okay.
No. That's why I said everything I owe to that piece of wood. You know, even my son, my wife, everything is because of a piece of wood.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, that black piece of wood that you know, that was in that picture where I'm all skinny, you know, like that one right there. That one got me everything. The blue one is the upgrade, and I love it. But the other one is history. You know, that one's.
And he's talking about that one right there.
Yeah, that's my beautiful new one. That's gonna write
beautiful guitar.
Yes, that one's writing the next story, the next part of my life. But the other one is what I owe everything to, besides God. Obviously, He gave me that guitar, but
what kind of guitar is that? Ibanez?
This Ibanez, yeah. He got me the exact same brand because he says your other one was Ibanez, so he says you're an Ibanez guy, and I'm like, okay,
yeah,
sweet.
They make good guitars too, man. They do. They make.
I don't really know. I'm also not a gear guy. I don't know anything about music or guitars, right? Unfortunately, like I said, like my going to the jazz band and being like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
That's who I am. I'm not a gear guy. I don't know anything about anything. Like, I just play. I get lots of weird looks and talks from musicians out on tours and stuff, because they'll ask me questions and I'm like, I don't even know, man. Like, it says Ibanez. I don't know if this is even a good guitar.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, Chris Wells is watching. He says that's his favorite guitar brand too. And I tell
yeah,
you what, most at least that's what I've seen. Most of the metal guys and stuff that I've listened to, it seems like Ibanez seems to be one of
yeah, I love it. I
the
like it,
big
but I
brands
don't
for
really
that
know anything else.
genre.
So like
Yeah.
I like when they say you're an Ibanez guy, I'm like, I am because I am, but not. I haven't really had any choices, you know. So
Right.
I don't know, you
You
know.
did
Like,
because that's what developed in front of you. So
yeah, that's what I
fair enough.
got. The reason why I got an Ibanez is actually because it was the cheapest. There's only 2 guitars that were left-handed in the store because
Yeah,
left-handers
I
you don't get.
bet. Yeah, you don't
And
have a lot of options like you do
it was
for righties.
cheap. It was cheaper, and it had a lot of frets. Like I like the solo, so I don't like the ones that stop like at 19 or 20. Like I want like 24, 26. Like I want a lot of frets. I want to go down there and hit some high notes.
Right.
You know, so that's why I got the guitar. I think it was only 250 for the black one. That was the cheapest one they had, I think, at the time back in the day.
Right.
So the one I have now, I believe, is I think it's in the 600s. So it's a more quality guitar. That's what the guy told me when he sent it.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, I want you to have a better guitar because you deserve it. And you know, so I have that mission now. I need to go out there and rock with that guitar and make sure that I deserve it. You know, do some good, spread some light.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. So that's what. So that's how I came about going on my first tour and leaving Texas. Was COVID. COVID again. One of those things changed my life for the better. Whole trajectory changed.
Yeah, that's the funny thing you say that because COVID actually started me podcasting.
Yeah, you see,
I
like
didn't know that. That's interesting. I did not know.
There's like blessings that can come out of a curse, right? Like it's beautiful how, and that's how I took it as well because it was a weird time. Most of us probably never lived with something like that, like just the way it was. But you look back in history and you're like, okay, there was moments in history, like let's say the Depression or something like that, where companies fell, families died and broke up, and then you had ones that rose out of the ashes that took the advantage of the moment and created a new business or a new product or and I'm like, I want to be on that end. I don't want to be the guy who died because COVID, and I'm not saying from the disease. I'm talking about like financially, right? Like I failed financially because the government told me I can't play anymore. I don't want to be known as that. I want to be known as the guy who invented something new, who persevered, who didn't let that get me down. And so that's kind of, and that sounds like what Wolf did too. They're like, yes, I'm gonna take this and go with it. Especially because I got a little bit of time to actually slow down for a second.
Right.
Take advantage of that time instead of whatever people would have done. Watch a lot of Netflix. You know what I mean? Like, like you could waste your time and catch up on all your stories, or you can start a podcast. Make a bunch of tracks so you can make money with your laptop and replace your band, so yeah, that's what I did. So that's how I got on the road.
Now you're on the road, you're leaving Texas. Where do you head? Where's the next stop from Texas?
So I think I went to I go to New Orleans. I think I went to New Orleans first.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, I went to New Orleans and bussed a little bit on the streets, met some people. Then I went to Tennessee, and I did like a little route. I did Tennessee, like Middle Tennessee, over to East Tennessee, down to Alabama. So I think I only had a few dates. I did Cookeville, Tennessee. I went over to Sevierville, Tennessee, Chattanooga, Tennessee, and then Scottsville, Alabama, and then I headed back to Texas because I didn't have anywhere to go. So at least I could scrounge up some gigs here and there, whatever I could do there because I had a few connections, kind of thing, a few farmers markets, stuff like that, right? So I didn't want to just live in some town I didn't know. So I was like, let me just do a little route and go back. And so that's what I did. And then I ended up living at a bar also out in was it West Texas?
How long did you live there?
Probably I don't know, maybe a few months, 2 months or something like that, while I got the next tour ready,
And they'd
the
use
next
you as a
route.
house band when you were staying at the bar?
Kind of, yeah, yeah. It was a not doing very well. It was like a historic bar, like from the 1800s, old school,
Mhm,
small
mhm.
town. Again, my music doesn't always hit the best there, but they weren't really doing a lot because also the COVID rules and all the stuff, like it just wasn't really doing very well. So
Right.
I played a little bit, used it for practice, hung out, just lived life there while I got my next tour ready. And then oh yeah, that's when that big freeze happened in Texas where everything froze up, and snowed and all that stuff. And that's where I was during that blizzard that happened down there in 2021, I think.
That was some
February.
crazy shit right there,
Yeah,
man.
so that's where I
That
was
was
during that time. Yeah, so
crazy as
that's I had
shit.
done my route and that's where I was living when that happened. Yeah. So the blizzard happened. So I was locked in there. So I was just helping out with getting water. We were melting ice, melting snow, so we could have water, so that we could flush the toilets and do things like that.
Mhm.
Just doing stuff, just trying to survive, really. So house band wasn't really the main thing, but I did a little
Right.
bit of playing, a little bit of busking. Went to San Antonio to play some gigs, stuff like
Mhm,
that.
mhm.
And then took off. I said, "All right, I'm out. Now I'm not coming back." Is what I said. This is the last. Like I'm gonna go stay in the South because my music was doing better. I was getting paid more out there, um, and that's what I wanted to do. So I was like, I'm gonna go. This is the last time I'm here. Now I'll tour back to you guys, Texas, but I don't live here anymore. Is what I told everyone, and that's what I did. Left in 21 and did some Texas towns, Midland, over to like Houston, south of Houston, not Houston exactly, like one of the like beach towns that are near there,
Mhm, mhm.
and then went back to Tennessee, Alabama area. That's kind of was my bread and butter at the time, and went through New Orleans again, and then yeah, just then I was just living in my truck, living on Southern hospitality. I had nowhere to go now, so now it was bar here, living there. This guy would let me live at his house, or I live in a parking lot. Um, just certain things would happen, like now you're like, oh, my brakes need to be replaced. This broke. Oh man, like, so I ended up in Morristown, Tennessee
Mhm.
with $5 after a bunch of good ups and downs, and then I had $5 about the fall of 21. And so I lasted that long out there. And then I just had to have a talk with God and just was like, I don't know what the hell's happening, but I can do this. I can do this. I have full tank of gas, $5 and a gig in like whatever, a week or so or something like that. And I said, I can make it. I can live on $5. We can make this happen for a week. Uh and uh and I said, once I get that money, which I think it was like gonna be $200 or something, I was like, I'll get back on track. Just start putting money aside, say, we'll make it. I'll make it. But I did feel like I was about to lose it all at that moment. Like that was really like, again, if I don't make it, if anything happens that costs more than $5, I'm fucked. I'm dead. You know? So I was praying to God, just don't let anything happen. Don't let anything bad happen that I need $5 for. Like just let me use the $5 for food, please. I can
Right.
buy a few cans of food with that. I can ration the food. I was eating, like I would open up a can of like corn or carrots or green beans, and I would eat like half of it, and then I'd eat the rest of the half for dinner. I would like leave it. It was bad. Yeah. So I get to the gig, play the show, make the money. It's beautiful. That plus the tips, and you're just like, I'm good, and I still got gas in the tank. Because I had Morristown's not that far from Del Rio was where I was going. And so yeah, so that got me back on track. So that was the first time I faced like, man, this is real. And you got
Mhm.
nowhere. You got no one. You're not near Texas. And even if you were, no, who cares? You don't have anyone there either. Uh, you're all alone. It's always been my style. I'm all alone. I'm only child. I don't have family. You know, obviously I could lean on people a little bit. You know, you can burden people, but I don't
Yeah.
have people who are just like that one who's got you, like mom's got me kind of thing. You know, no matter what, I always go
Right.
home to mom. You know, kind of thing. Like I could pop in somewhere, and sure they would let me stay, but they'd be like, "Fuck," you know, like you know, and I don't want to
Right.
do that to people. So I feel alone, and that's why I treat myself like that. Where I'm like, no, I have to make it because you can't just. I don't want to be that guy. If you want me, I'll be there, but I'm not gonna just burden you with eating all your food and all that stuff. So yeah, so that was the first time I faced that kind of moment where yeah, and that was pretty tough, but it learned a lot, you know, and I lasted a little while longer. Then shortly after that, so that was about maybe August, September 21. Then I met Kayla in October of that year, and in Tennessee where she was at. She came to one of my shows, so I met her, and we hung out. Never been apart since then, besides when I would go on the road. And yeah, so there
I
we
love
are.
this photo.
Oh,
Yeah,
love
I
it.
love that picture.
I love the way that y'all are looking at each other.
It is a good photo. But
I'll
yeah,
tell
so
you what, Kayla
yeah,
reminds me, uh, because I went through her page too, obviously, to try to find different stuff to talk about. Well, this
yeah,
young lady she changes her appearance more than I change my underwear. I mean, she looks different, hair colors, hair styles, the makeup. She even had this one picture where she did her eyeliner was in white. I'd never seen
yep.
that before in my life. But
That's
she
her
reminds me
thing. Yeah.
of Darcy from Smashing Pumpkins. And I don't know if you know who Darcy is from Smashing
No,
Pumpkins.
no, we'll have to
I
look that
do.
up. No one's ever said that, so
Well,
I never looked
He
that up
does. He
before.
does
well,
look
you
like
you don't have to go far to look it up because I already did for you. There's
Okay,
Darcy from
okay,
Smashing Pumpkins. And that's just one picture. Now, Darcy was very similar to Kayla. Like
yeah,
she had very different like looks.
okay,
Now I think Kayla's a little bit more original. Like she changes even more. Um, she had so many photos. I was like, man, she can change her appearance so effortlessly.
I'm
yeah.
But that's Darcy from Smashing Pumpkins. So when I saw Kayla, I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, to me anyway, maybe not to you all, but to me, I was like, oh, she definitely looks like Darcy from Smashing
Makes sense,
Pumpkins.
possibly.
Um, now
Yeah.
this is their shot. Now, when did this end up taking place?
So
And
that
obviously
was
that's your wedding
three,
day.
almost 3 years.
23.
23. Yeah, she's got a thing on the wall.
So
23.
23.
October.
Yeah, it's October.
So 2 years after we met.
So we're almost at our anniversary. Yeah, we're coming up
Well, happy
close.
early anniversary.
Thank you.
Well, I love this photo because, and the reason that I love it is I've been married twice. My first marriage, it was rough, but I was also young, dumb, full of cum. You know how that story goes. Well, the thing about that I love about this photo is my second marriage to my current wife now, which will be 30 years here in next month on the 14th. And we did not spend a lot of money on a wedding like I did the first one. She picked out a white dress. It was not even, I don't even think, quote unquote, it was considered a wedding dress, but she picked out a white dress. We went down to a big fountain in downtown Louisville where the Justice of the Peace married us. And my point to this, I guess, is my first marriage, I spent a lot of money and it didn't even last a year. My
Oh,
second
wow.
marriage, we spent hardly no money. The reception was at her mom's house. It was like a potluck. People brought extra shit in, and it was very inexpensive. But yet, here we are 30 years later, and we're still doing it. And to
Wow.
me, like I tell my kids, I was like, don't rush it because, and if you're going to have a wedding, there's no reason to have a big one. Use that money as a down payment on a house instead of a $20,000 on a 1 day, shindig.
Yeah.
So, but it made me think of myself. Of course, I got married and Garth Brooks hat, a Garth Brooks, that that black and white shirt he had in whichever album that was. I can't remember now. But yeah, I just thought this was I was like, man, it just brought back so much memories of my own self seeing you all, because I was like, they did it the way we did it the second way, and to me that was the best way. So I
Yeah.
just thought I really wanted to see that photo, and of course, again, you can see that Kayla looks different. Got different. The hair was longer, obviously, in this photo,
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, here's another one of them. Just you are
Yeah.
just a very beautiful couple. I mean, y'all
Thank
definitely.
you. I appreciate it.
I love her hat. I have one of those bowlers too. I love it.
Yeah.
It's great.
They're like my fave.
Yeah. I think that was one of my tip hat that I had from Texas.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I found it at Goodwill around the back because I couldn't afford to buy it. But I got a lot of my stuff from there. And again, I'm not too proud to say that. And again, when you're homeless or you're down and out, people go donate stuff instead of charging me for it. I just grab it, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. They're donating it, they're giving it anyways.
Well,
And
that's the whole
Goodwill
point. Yeah,
is going to
to help
charge you
somebody
for it.
who's having
Yeah.
a little trouble. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, again, I see people do that and some people get upset, whatever, they probably have never been homeless. So like as a homeless man, yeah, the shorts I had when I met Kayla, found it back at Goodwill.
Mm.
That my tip hat back at Goodwill. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got a lot of stuff from back at Goodwill.
When we met, I told him his jeans were about to rip, and he went to his next show, and he came back to me, and they had ripped while he was gone. And I was like, "Well, I bought you some new ones, and here they are."
That is
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah, I don't know where I even those jeans. I don't know. I might have just had them for a while. I think I might have bought those, but yeah, because pants are really hard because of my size. Is like my waist is thin, but I'm tall, so it's hard to find the right size. So those I can't get a lot of times from Goodwill, but yeah. So that's where I got that, and that's just kind of part of the story as well. Is like, yeah, like if I saw a Goodwill and I'm, you're not doing anything, you're living in your truck, you got hours to spend.
Right.
And I had a Planet Fitness membership because that's how I took a shower. But how many hours can you work out? Like,
Right.
I mean, I love it. But like, how they're going to be like, dude, get out of here, homeless man. Like, we know you don't got a home, you've been here all day, so I know you paid $25, but get out of here, like,
now, how did you meet Kayla? Was it on a gig or
yeah,
did you actually just meet her somewhere else?
So it was at a show. So I had a Sunday show in Sevierville, more like a daytime, like a noon show or something like that. And it was at this bar that was really close to her house, like less than a mile away. And I had been to that town tons of times. And I had played at her favorite place a few times, never met her. And she was a regular. So it was just weird, that we never met.
No doubt.
But so every night I played, she was the night she wasn't there, I guess, and she was there every other day, every other night, so like, cause she had a drinking problem at the time. So, but she came to this bar. I was playing this Sunday show, blues, very quiet, small bar, just chilling. And she came to it, and yeah, I remember I was talking to this guy that's always there, a regular, and I see Kayla out the window walking up, and and she walks in. Of course, she's just looking all beautiful, and so I like it was like one of those cartoons where like the smell of the pie gets your nose and pulls you over or something like that, Like I literally was like stiff armed him, and I was like, I gotta go. And I just like pushed his face against the glass. Like I didn't do that for real, but that's how I felt. Where I did say I gotta go, and I walked away. And I don't do that to anybody. Like I'm super nice. I talk to all my fans. I give them all my time. But him, I was just like, I saw her, and I was just like, I gotta go, bye, and I just walked away. And then and so I went up to her, and I just talked to her, and she was, she had her walls up. She was all like, Like, if your music sucks, I think she said, I'm gonna leave, and I said, that's fine. You know what I mean? That's cool. You know what I mean? Like, so I was like, I'm gonna set up right now. So I started, I had already had my setup there, but I, got my guitar, turned my amps on, things like that. Play the first set. I finished the set. I usually go around and high five people and interact and break the ice with people. So I go up to her, high five her. And of course, I'm like, this, and she's just like, turns and looks at me, thinks about it, puts her hand up, like, who is this guy, and I'm like, boom, hey, what's up? Did you like that? I'm all pumped, like, and she's trying to play like she hates me or something, And then so I talked to her a little bit. She's like, whatever, it's fine. Okay, cool. Well, I hope you're having a good time, blah, blah, blah. And I leave and I go talk to all the other people. Come back and I keep doing my sets. My 3 sets I play whatever there. So then afterwards I said, would you like to play pool or to go somewhere else? But I am homeless and they do pay me in chicken livers, and I really like to eat this food, like, I'm sorry, but, like, that's all they give me, and you can have some if you want. She's like, chicken liver, that's disgusting. And I'm like, they give me fries. You want some fries? Like, so I can't, I'm a bum, like, I can't take you on a date. Like, I can't give you nothing, but I can give you some food off this plate. Like, like, that's how bad it was. And that's how much of an angel she is. That's why I say, like, this beautiful woman, what I mean? Like, met this homeless man, a musician, which is always the wrong guy to choose. That everyone knows that. Everyone on this podcast knows that. And a real musician, not a guy who gigs on the weekend who has a real job. We're talking a real musician. No, never pick the real musician except me. The one time, like the 0.1% is okay, but like, you do this same decision all across the world, 1 billion times, it's wrong. You know what I mean? Because that guy is a drug addict. He's going to steal your money. He's going to do something crazy. He probably lives on someone's couch. And, like, it's bad. But she gave me a chance, okay? And I'm over here offering her my garbage food that no one wants to eat. That's why they give it to me, chicken liver. Like, if it's, and I'm trying to impress this woman, and I'm like, you want some tater tots from my plate? I can't buy you none, but you can have. She says I impressed her. So
I like someone that's honest.
Yeah, I was honest.
And
I'm a bum and I have no money, but I have tater tots and chicken livers.
And you were sharing.
I don't know about the chicken livers, but yeah, the tater tots.
Yeah, she did have a few tater tots, but no one wanted my chicken livers. But that's okay. More for me. I love me some chicken livers. So I still love that shit. Like, so, like, I eat that stuff first. You give me a chicken, I eat all that stuff first. I love it. And she doesn't want it still. So I'm like, sweet. I get all the livers, the heart, everything. The stuff that the gizzard crap that no one wants. Yeah, I love that. So I was meant to be homeless. It's great. I was meant for this job. God bless me. He really did.
Well,
he gave me the gift of playing guitar. He made me, I am not too proud to eat things. Like, people would just give me here's a box of pizza crusts. Thank you, God. I would eat it.
My friend's over here. He's cheering on the lizard or the chicken
livers. Yes, love it. Chicken livers. Yes.
Yes. Right now.
That guy, he'd go do some. He'd be like, I will play a show for a few bucks, some tips, and some chicken livers and tater tots. Yes. A whole basket full. Yes. As much. Yes. I love it.
Yes. Chicken liver.
Yeah, that guy's legit. I love it. So yeah, so I played that show for that.
I've never.
Man, they're great. Lamb is higher class, sure.
Yeah, I guess it is.
But man, I love some chicken livers. Yes. So
That is
yeah, so I would eat that, and I was trying to offer it to her. Everyone thought I was, because I guess I don't know where they had all these livers. No one wanted to eat them, but except for me. And again, I'm the guy who's like, they're probably like, man, like, can we ditch these livers on someone? And I'm like, I would have ordered that if I had money. Like, yes, like, so it was a perfect combination. So anyway, she eats some tater tots, and then I finished my chicken because I was like, I gotta eat. Like, I don't eat all day. I starve myself for this. This is how I live, and so I really want it. I need to eat this right now. So like, we can't go anywhere yet. Can you please wait and not leave, and we can go play pool after this? Like, because like I said, I still starve myself most of the time. To this day, about to remember how hungry I am before I play a show. So like, but at that time I did. I only ate if I earned it, and on the day of a show day. So I would be starving. So I ate my chicken livers. And then like there's only like maybe 2 pool tables there. They're using them. So like, let's go somewhere else. So we leave, and we hung out the rest of the time, played pool, talking at a different place. And yeah, and I don't know. It was also because I had been there so many times. I walked into this bar, not the one, her favorite bar, a different bar. And the first thing, they're just like, Graysin! Everyone's like screaming my name. And I'm like I'm some kind of cool popular guy, which is great. I got this girl with me trying to press
you're like, what's up?
Yeah, like she's already like, man, this guy's legit. He gave me chicken livers and tater tots, and now he's gonna take me to play $1 pool at this this bar. And then everyone knows him. Wow, this guy's great. Like. So at least I wasn't lying. I've been to your town many times. You know what I mean? Like, yes, see, people know me. I've been here. Like, that's not a lie. So that was cool. They made me feel really good. And so then we played pool, and we just pretty much never left each other since then. We were always, like, I told her I would, after I finished my tour, which I have to play these certain gigs, and I had a Texas tour as well. So I said, that's going to suck. I'm going to be gone for like a month and a half or something. And but I said, after that, I will start to plan my tours around your town, so that I can like de-loop, and only be gone like a week or two, and then boom, I'm back in your town, and whoa, like this, like make all these loops around, because I said I this is how I make my money. It's my job. I can't stop.
Right.
And so she was like, okay, cool. So that's kind of how we just hit it off. Just kept hanging out. I'd leave, come back, and that was over the next like, I'd say maybe 2 months before I went to Texas. So we had a few, we spent, some time together, not a lot, because, it's tough. She had a job, so she's at work again, I'm there during the week and she's at work, and then I have to go play gigs when she's off. It was tough, and we don't know each other that well. And you're going to invest in this guy. He's homeless, but she loved me. She took a chance on me. So it was great. Yeah.
This is an awesome story.
It is.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a really nice story.
And then I go to Texas. So then, and that was tough. That strained our relationship. So that part of the story. So, so understanding a musician also, like, yeah, there's one thing. Okay, I like this guy. He's cool. And yeah, he plays music. Yeah, he makes his own money. But to really explain that to a real person, because again, musicians aren't real people, right? That's not a real job. It's a blessing. It's something you do, but like, people just don't get it. Like they just think you're just fucking around or something. Like, why are you doing that? Like, I don't know. So like gig. So I went down to Texas. Winter. Texas can't handle winter.
No.
So it gets cold.
You got that right. I experienced it firsthand.
Yeah, so it gets cold. Like, it's gonna freeze. It might get ice. Shut the town down. I'm like, damn. At least up in the south, they at least let like blizzards happen and a few people crash and fall off the road. Then they're like, okay, let's shut it down. But like the Texans are like, we might.
My water line froze.
Yes, exactly. It might happen. It might. They do it before even it might happen. And so they shut down all my gigs, and I'm like sitting here. So I'm living at this bar, not the first bar. This is the second bar. another bar that I lived at this time, and it was my favorite place to play in San Antonio. It shut down since I've been gone, but
No, that's
because I played at a lot of places like that. Because if they took a chance on me, probably not the highest end place. It's just kind of my style. I'm kind of a down low guy. I'm not famous. I'm not in a band. You know what I mean? I'm a one man show. So like a lot of the places I played were kind of, dive bars and stuff. So this place just shut down, but I was living there. Um, and all the gigs are canceling at the other bars. Like that place, I had my gigs, but the other places weren't letting me play. So I'm running out of money again. Like I just drove all the way to Texas. And people made a bunch of promises, a bunch of promoters. Oh yeah, we're gonna pay you this. We can't wait for you to come back. Oh, shut down ice. How about next weekend, bro? I gotta go back up there to Tennessee.
Right.
I got gigs. Like I don't live here anymore. So it was sucked. But so Kayla was getting upset at me. She was missing me, wondering why are you sitting there? And this is the part I'm talking about not understanding musicians. Like, why don't you just come home to her, right? Why don't you just come back? Like you're not playing, and and it's like, and maybe I had one gig at the bar I was at still like on the schedule.
Right.
Like that's not, that's one gig. Like, why don't you just leave? And I'm like, well, first of all, I never can't cancel, and that's one thing people don't understand. Like, you don't just cancel. You don't do that to people, for no reason, because I want to go see my girlfriend. That's not a good reason,
Right.
So, and that's just how I feel about it, because again, it's, do you quit your job because you want to go see your girlfriend? Like people would tell you, no, Mr. Banker, Mr. Attorney, you don't quit your
Right.
job because you want to see your girlfriend. Musician, fuck your job. That's how they, people act, because it's like they just don't respect it.
Yeah.
So
Well, they don't get it. Yeah.
yeah, so that's where I was, and she wasn't there yet because she wasn't a musician yet, so she didn't get it. She was just like, "Come home, what are you doing?" And then she's getting a little bit upset at me, like, I don't want, just obviously, what's he doing? Partying? Like I don't know him that well, so I'm
Right.
losing the relationship as well, right? So like we don't have a foundation. I barely know her, so I'm thinking, man, this girl's gonna leave, man, like sucks, like, but I have obligations. I promised this bar I'd play. I promised people I'd be here, and everyone else canceled, but this bar didn't. And they let me live here. They feed me. They've done everything for me. It's not right. So I'm gonna stay here, and I will lose it all if I have to. Money's going down. I actually don't even have enough to get back, really, and that's part of it too. I don't even have enough money to get back to Tennessee. So, because all these gigs I was counting on, they were supposed to be a lot of gigs. Everyone was supposed to like cheer me on, like, "Oh, Grayson's back, big Graysin redemption tour, whatever." He's back.
Right.
Tons of money supposed to come in. Nope, all canceled. So now I just got a few $100 from this show, bills, come out, cell phones, blah blah, and then gas to get all the way from Texas to Sevierville, East Tennessee by Knoxville. Like, damn, in a diesel truck. Like, nah, like I don't got money. So I'm scrounging around trying to get tour dates along the way. Like, can some bar, please? I can only make it to probably middle Alabama. So I can anywhere. So I'm looking for gigs anywhere from Texas all the way to middle Alabama, as far as I can make it on the tank of gas I got. And so yeah, so I'm losing my relationship, all that. So then it was tough. So I wrote a song. It's called Blues Man. So if anyone listens to that song, that was the second time that I really just I prayed to God again, and I said, I really just I had to make a decision. I said, so should I continue this journey? This is the second time this has happened to me, and I can't seem to rely on the bars. Anything, like, it's just such a gig work life. It's so hard. Should I continue this, or should I just go back to work? And so I thought to myself, with my skills, with what I'm doing, with all the people that I touched, people I wouldn't have met without doing this. So I told God, I think this is my calling, and I'm willing to die for it. So if you need to make an example of me to never do this, do it. I'm going to drive when my tour is over here, when I play this gig, I'm going to drive to as far as I can get. And if I end up on the side of the road and die on the side of the road and they find my body, they'll say, don't be Graysin Slade. And I'll save someone's life. You know, some child will not do what I did. Do it, God, do it to me. Or save me and say, follow your dreams, children. You know, whichever one. I don't care because you're God, Baruch Hashem. You do what you do. You know, I'm just your servant. And so I just came to terms with it. I said, no, I will never work like that again. I will not quit doing music. Nothing will stop me. And I'm just going to ride this thing out till I die. Natural causes or through the music killing me, you know, whichever one it is, you know. So I made that decision, and I will lose women, love my life, whatever. If you don't want me to be with her, she won't be with me. If she wants to be with me, she'll be there when I get there. You know, again, I'm not going to dictate my morals, my life for anything. I was given a talent. It's to use for God's work, to spread light, to do good to people, and to meet people and go out there. So that's what I decided. I wrote that song Blues Man, which is about that, about just playing music and coming to terms with death and that woman that I met that I was probably going to lose. So that was the second. And then after that, I ended up getting one gig along the way before I left. The gig calls me back in Demopolis, Alabama. And that bar also saved my life. And so I tell them that every time I play there. You know, I tell them, you guys saved my life. Like I couldn't have done it without you guys. Nobody called me back, and I got there, played the gig, got the money, lots of tips, great show, and got all the way back to Kayla after that. And when I got back, that's when I taught her how to play the bass, and she joined the band.
Well, I've only done this once. So thanks to Wolf, she helped me. I'm going to see if I can remember how to do this. I'm going to screen share, and I'm going to play
Come on,
Blues
you
Man.
got it. Come on, you got it.
Did I get it?
Yep.
Greatest of all time.
Yeah. And that's with a live drummer. That's not how I play it now, but it's
right.
We have different ways to play the songs, you know.
Now is this I can't tell obviously because we're coming from the back side. This isn't Kayla, is it, or is it?
That's Kayla, yeah.
I have red hair.
She has red hair, she says in this one.
Shocked, Kayla.
Yeah, that's Huntsville, Alabama. My favorite place in the world, except for Indiana. That was my favorite place.
The map you had on your Facebook showed a lot of activity pinned in Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama was my favorite. It's my second favorite place, but only because Indiana beat it. But up till literally a few months ago, Alabama, greatest place on earth I've ever been.
No doubt.
Yeah, so many gigs. People love me. It's great there. And that's actually the first place, that bar right there is the first time I ever admitted I was homeless to anybody. Because I used to just keep it a secret and be like, bye, you know, like that. I'd leave town. No one knows. No one asked.
Right.
But there they were like, where are you staying? And I'm like, over there. Where? You know. They're like,
the back room.
Yeah, they're like, where? Like, I'm like, just, you know, over there in the parking lot. They're like, so you're homeless? And I'm like, yep, I guess I am. You know, I was like, I never tell anyone that, but yeah, I am. So yeah, so that was the first place I ever admitted that.
Looked like a cool little place, though.
Oh man, that place is great. That's one of those places too. They'll chant my name if I walk in. They don't got chicken livers. They give me chicken tenders there.
Oh, damn. You're moving up in the world.
Yeah, that bar gives me chicken tenders. Yeah. and I got it for my whole crew too. Like after I played by myself and did my thing, you know what I mean? Like my deal is that the whole band eats. Can we all get some chicken? And they give it to me. They give me all. Everyone gets chicken. And Kayla eats it because it's not chicken livers.
Yeah, it's not chicken. That's right. Now, how long has Kayla been playing bass?
So since when I got back in February of 22.
Oh,
so 4 years.
Does well for only 4 years. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. Well, because really awesome. She was told she had no musical talent. But because remember, I don't know anything about music. You know, like, so I didn't teach her like a music teacher. I'm not gonna. She knows less than I do, right? And not because I'm the master and she's a student, you know, but like because I didn't teach her music because you don't need that. It never got me anywhere. Like, yeah, you just rock. You just do it because it's you. It's your blood. Like, you know, so I taught her that, and I taught her the patterns, and I taught her through math because she's math-minded and I'm math-minded. Right. So I taught her more spacings and numbers and stuff, and she understood that, and she learned in a week. Natural. Just people were trying to teach her music through, like, I guess, music notes.
Right. Yeah, you gotta have talent to be able to do what you all did. To be able to hear it and just play it, and like, wow.
Yeah, and she won't even play. Like, we didn't really even practice back then, and we still sometimes don't practice. We show up at a show after practicing, like, I don't know, we haven't practiced in months, and then we'll just play a show, and we'll do pretty good. Obviously, we could have done better if we practiced, but yeah, it's just I'm surprised sometimes that she remembers all these damn songs.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, that's unbelievable. 4 years and she's already to that caliber.
Yeah,
that's
yeah. And I cut it straight to the meat of it too, to play the bass like a I guess I call it a band bass player, someone who actually plays the bass to lay down the foundation, not trying to show off. You know, a lot of people like when I first started learning guitar, right? I wanted to run before I could walk. That's how I would say most musicians I meet act, but they don't ever go back and learn the basics. They just want to solo. So they'll bass solo on top of my solo, and I'll have to tell them to stop doing that because it sounds like crap. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, I have to explain to them, never solo when someone else is soloing. That's disrespectful.
Yeah,
and it sounds like crap.
I mean,
you know, but drummers do that too.
Musician.
Yeah, but they get so excited. Like, again, this is just the world of musicians. They get so excited and they want to be a part of it, and they don't realize that you are a part of it. The foundation. You're the paper, and I'm the paint. Let me paint. But you're moving the canvas. Now it looks like shit. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So like, because many times I have to tell a drummer, stop, what are you doing? You know, like I'm over here soloing and they're going like, I'm like, bro, that's when it's drum solo time, not when I'm soloing.
Right.
You know? So I taught her how to play for real, which is just lay it down, and she just does it. It's beautiful.
Well,
it's fucking Hell's Kitchen and the right spice. You know, that's what it is. Right. It's just she just don't put. I like salt. Don't dump salt on it. You know what I mean? Like that's what most musicians do.
Everything is in moderation.
Correct. And so I taught her that way, and so she just took off from the moment she learned, and she was taught by a pro to be a pro, and that's why she's so good. And she's a natural. but that's why she could just fall in with any band and any drummer. Like even when she was pregnant and I had to take her out, the drummer I had in Alabama, he's like, can you get this dude out of here? Cause he was doing that stupid solo crap. And, and he's like, can you get Kayla up here? She's here watching. Can she just get her bass and play the show? Cause this guy's terrible.
Yeah, she can keep time just same as he
can. And this guy's trying to solo with. He's trying to play with you. And I'm like, I know. I'm sorry, bro. I was like, okay. So the guy took a seat, and I've had to embarrass lots of guys like that. And it's, it's sad, but it's just because they were taught wrong or they weren't taught to lay the foundation. They want to be a solo guy, and it's cool. Bass solos are cool when it's your turn, because then I would be playing rhythm. I'd just be going rhythm guitar. And you'll be following, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Yeah.
Well, Miss Janice is in here, and she tunes into pretty much every podcast. And she says, I pray that he has great success. So she's definitely been invested in your story. And we love to have you, Miss Janice. You're definitely one of our faves. Chris Wells, I didn't get a chance to really introduce him, but he's in here. He actually works for what the hell's the name of that? Echo TV. So Echo TV is a religious-based television company that they do different TV series and movies and stuff like that are all religious-based. But he said Graysin would make a good actor in our films. I was like, yeah, he really fits the role very well.
Yeah. I'm open. I've been
teasing and said that you look like Jesus. If Jesus and the lead singer from Alabama got together and had a love child, it would be you. So, I played in Fort Payne so many times, but I don't even know what that guy looks like. So I'm gonna have to check him out. Not the J guy, but the the other guy, because you know who the J guy looks like.
Yeah, I've seen that guy before because I've heard that so many times. So I look in the mirror. I mean, my wife literally said it the other day because we were looking at videos on YouTube. We're Jewish, so like we don't watch the videos that have Jay in it, but we see him a lot online. And she's like, "You do look like him." Like, she really shows me the thing. He's like ripped. Like. Look, his body looks like he's like fucking ripped he's on the cross, whatever. He's ripped, and I'm like
starving to death, and it's just,
and I'm like
emaciated, I guess.
This picture, he looked ripped. There's different ones, right, where he's like skinnier, but this one he was like kind of buff, like he had like thicker legs,
like the Hulk and shit. He's like,
yeah, he looked like Superman, but he was up there, But I was like, damn, okay, I do kind of look like him, I was like, okay. Yeah, so that one I get, but the other guy I have to check it out because I don't know what he looks like. But I played.
I failed you on that one. I didn't research him like I did Darcy. I should have.
That's okay, but Fort Payne, like I said, that's where they're from. I hear it all the time. Every time I'm in Fort Payne, can you play Alabama? I'm like, I don't know. It's probably
because you do. Like I say, if you saw the guy, you probably would. You would probably be like, okay, I get it, because he's got the beard, and his beard is about the same consistency as yours, same color hair, obviously. Well, now he's not. He's old. So,
he's older now. Yeah,
he's gray now, but he's not as dark haired as he was before. But incredibly talented musician, nonetheless. I cannot.
Awesome.
Randy, what is his fucking name? I can't believe I can't think of it. It's Rand. I think it's Randy. Something.
Maybe someone will type in. They'll tag in or something. Let you know.
I'm having a huge brain fart, but anyhow, the so essentially, I guess then, pretty much after you had dealt with a lot of that going and comings of all of these different people, once you got Kayla where she was at, that's when you just kind of adopted her as the actual true basis, the one that was going to be there for the long haul.
Yeah. And so again, we're just dating at the time, growing, getting more serious.
Mm-hmm.
But once she was we're together. What am I going to do? Take her with me and have someone else play? It just doesn't work that way. Yeah, she wants to say something.
Well, he was told he was going to meet me when he was in New Orleans.
Oh, yes. So that's part of the story,
really?
Too. Yeah.
So you were supposed to way back then, but it never matriculated. I guess. Never happened. So you were just like, you know.
Well, so I was told I was going to what was it? I went through New Orleans on the way back. It was
a few months before we met.
yeah, a few months before I met her.
Yeah.
So I was in New Orleans. I went to that Mary Laveau's shop. It's like a witch place or something like that. You know, I'm a religious man, but I'm not afraid of things because I have God, I have Hashem. He protects me. So I was curious about what the hell this place was. Everyone talks about it, the voodoo stuff, and I wasn't going to partake of anything.
You just wanted to know, curiosity.
Just wanted to look and see what it is. I'm literally homeless, got nothing to do all day. Like, so I'm just like, I'm a tourist, but for free shit. So like, can I walk in your shop? You know, like, can I look around and window shop? So that's what I did. Both, like I said, I went through New Orleans both times, right? So I went first time, talked to this lady at the register, just kind of like, hey, asking about gigs, places to play, can I busk? You know, trying to get the what's up with the town. Right. And she told me a little bit. I told her who I was, you know, that I was going to Texas and stuff and this and that and whatever. Left, went to the blizzard, all that stuff, came back. When I went back to New Orleans the second time, she recognized me. And I'm like, I've been here once. New Orleans. This isn't Sevierville where I met Kayla, where everyone was like, oh, it's Graysin. You know, like, it's a small town. And I'm on stage, so I'm like the focal point. You're talking about a customer who walks in, who says, I'm from Texas. How many times does that happen? 10 times a day? You know, you're in New Orleans. You're not that far from Texas. So, like people come here all the time. I'm sure somebody looks like me a little bit. I mean, you know, but like, anyway, she's like, hey, I remember you. She says, Houston, right? And I was like, no, San Antonio. And I was like, but that's pretty close. So I'm like, okay. And she's just like, she said, it's going to be all right. And I was like, uh-huh. And she's like, you're going to meet a bass player, Kayla Armstrong. And you're going to be, and you're going to be good with the band. And I'm just like, yeah, cool. Good for you, lady. You know what I mean? Voodoo lady. Like, I didn't ask for your damn prophecy, and I don't partake in prophecies. I'm not supposed to be doing that. You know what I mean? But she gave it to me without me asking, which, again, as far as Jewish commandments go, I'm not supposed to use voodoo and ask of voodoo people, but I did not ask. So I'm like, well, Hashem, God, you know, I guess I didn't do anything. I didn't break a commandment. You know what I mean? I'm just here. So cool. Thanks. So I leave and I'm just like, okay, like maybe, I don't know. That's stupid. Whatever. Right. So when I meet her and I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what her last name is right off the bat, you know, because I'm just like, Kayla. I'm like, and it's not Armstrong. We haven't figured that one out yet. But I was like, so I didn't tell her right away either. I waited like a while, and then finally I was like, yes.
Oh, I was gonna wait.
Okay.
But
go ahead.
Yeah, so it was my friend's idea that I play the bass. I had a friend in Texas when we went to Texas, and it was
really?
Yeah. So anyway, I was trying to find out her last name, and it ended up not being Armstrong. So we still we dabbled in it. Like, what does that mean? Is it because you're, you know, just trying to figure the other link out? I was like, maybe Armstrong's the other. Maybe there's a drummer Armstrong. I don't know. Like maybe that's part of it, or you know, she wrote her name one time on my arm before I told her. That was when I told her the story. She was drunk or something, I think, and she wrote her name on my arm after a gig, and I was just like, I started laughing, and then she was just like, what? And I'm like, let me tell you about this weird thing that happened in New Orleans. And I tell her, and I'm like, it's just, I don't know if that's part of it, but like, I don't know. We never got that part. But again, yes, they told me about that in New Orleans. So that was a weird prophecy that happened, and here she is. But yeah, she's the bass player, and yeah, one of those things. What am I going to do? You know, you're together. As long as we're together, we're going to play. You know,
that's
so
a rad photo
right there. She knows my songs.
Yeah,
yeah, and she's really come into her own because again, she started doing it more because it's like like a hobby. Like, let's spend time together. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't know she was going to learn how to play. She was told she had no talent. So she did it to hang out with me so she can go on the road with me, be with me, playing my songs, you know, just it wasn't her thing still. Like I said, it's hard to understand a musician. And so she wasn't all the way there yet, you know, like it took her a long time. I feel like I would say recently, actually. So we've been playing for like 4 years. Recently, I feel like she now feels like it's her thing too. Like we're a team. We are taking on the world. Because yeah, we toured, we had fun, all that stuff, but it was, you know, my business and you're my employee kind of thing.
Right.
That's how it kind of felt, because it's like I gotta play, I gotta be here, regardless of if you're having a bad day. You know, whatever happened. You know, again, there's been times where she, you know, we had arguments. Obviously, we're together, right? You know that. You argue with your wife, everyone argues, right?
Oh yeah.
But you
Yeah,
work together.
I was a pretty big asshole last weekend to my wife, and I apologize to her for that. And I was
And that's
having
good.
a bad,
Baruch Hashem.
was
It's
having
always
a
good to
bad
apologize.
moment, and the frustration got the better of me for sure. So
yeah,
but, I've got
so
a very understanding wife.
I've been there, right? So we're at a show, argument happens, she quits, you know, and I got a drummer too, so now I can't let the bar down and I can't let him down. So I'm like, so I picked up her bass because you can't play guitar with like drums. It sounds stupid, you know, like it just there's no foundation. It's too light. So I was like, I'll just play bass on her backwards, her right hander upside down. You know, I can't even put the strap on. I gotta like hold it all weird. And I'm gonna play the bass with the drummer, and we're gonna just rock it out. And because I don't cancel shows, and no one's gonna tarnish my name. I don't care who you are, you know. And
I feel you.
again, she knows that everything, you know, you don't disrespect. Like that's again the Jewish way, never disrespect. You know,
Yeah.
everything's about respect. So it's just she knew that going into it, and so when she would have an issue, that I would jump in and I would do that. Now I didn't play a whole show, but I might play a song, half a song. She'd come to her senses, come out and finish the show. But these are the things that we went through on the journey that led to now, after taking a break, having the child, missing it, and then coming back to it, where we're stronger in our relationship. I feel like our bond with God is better. Everything is better. We played a show in Florence the other day. Maybe it's been a month ago. I don't know now, but
Now that wasn't this
that was the
place,
first.
was it?
No, that's University of the Cumberlands in where is that at? Tennessee,
That would be Kentucky.
Lebanon. Okay, Lebanon, Cumberland
Lebanon,
University.
Kentucky.
I think so. Right
It's a
outside
cool
Nashville.
ass fucking place, man. That is like that's some really cool tray ceilings in there, and I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
it's
it's
historic
a really
building.
neat place, man.
Yeah, we got to play some cool like college tours, and my boy's there. I think under my jacket or something in that one, because again, I don't show them online.
He's in my pocket.
Yeah, always hiding them, you know.
Hey, you know what though? You all do hide them good. That's why I had to show this photo earlier, because for a couple reasons. Obviously, you know, this photo of Kayla, I love it. I mean, she's got the Harley Quinn look in the face, and then she's all dolled up, and then I love how she's holding that one leaf to conceal his face. That is so stinking cute, man. It was such a great photo. I had to pull it. I was like,
I don't like that picture.
But again, the white eyeliner, I've never seen that before a day in my life, and I was like, what the hell? I mean, when I saw it, I was like, she is just so intriguing. So you all got a great combination together. You're
everything is just destiny. I feel like God plans it, because we've done a lot of cool stuff, but I do feel like we're coming into something different and special now. Again, like I say, with her wanting to do it now, you know, like, because if it wasn't there, it was always my thing. And it was, almost a competition to her.
Right.
And her, like, who am I married to? Your music or me? Like, so it wasn't like we do music together. It was, that's the other woman. Fuck that. Like, kind of thing, and so it was a weird situation, ups and downs. But this time in Florence, like I said, when we came back to it, because I said our faith in God is so much better now, our relationship's better. Having a child and not being able to play for a while, seeing me not play and giving up my whole life into pretty much, again, my whole life, I'm dead, without it, like a walking dead man. To see what I did for this family, she was reborn, and she was like, I want to do this. This is us. Let's fucking rock this. Never seen her feel like that. Never seen her want to practice. Never seen her want to, build this band, build my name. It just, so we're going into something special. So from now on, it's going to be even bigger and better. Don't know how, but I can feel it. And
I love it.
we had to get through all that, though. That is the tough side. So if anyone is out there, again, just this, I like to just give warnings, and this is my story, and hopefully you can get there quicker than I got there. But when you work with a loved one, with your wife, your girlfriend, whatever it is, and it's going to last, right? Because again, there's always ones that break up and blah, blah, blah. Okay, but let's say it's going to last. You got to get through that. Like, you got to figure out how to make it both of you, and you can't force it. You can't force it. You can't just play because you want to spend time or it's your hobby together. You gotta believe it in your heart. It's hard enough. It's just hard enough when you're good and you love it and you go all in.
Right.
And anything not all in, I mean, it's literally from 0 to 100. Like, you might as well just quit. Like, you suck. Like, no, it's not gonna work. Even 1 ounce of, you have 1 ounce of fear, 1 ounce of doubt, anything, it'll tear you up. So again, if you're out there with somebody, your significant other, find out how to buy in, both of you or all of you, whatever it is, whole family band, all you got to buy in. You can't be the Jackson 5 and yeah, you're good, you're talented, but you don't want to be there. You want to be playing with toys. You know what I mean? I want to go home and go to the playground, but my dad's got me on stage singing. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, that's how it was. It's like, we got to be there, be in some town. What fucking town? This stupid ass town? I hate this state. I hate these people. Like, you can't, no, that's not gonna work. So you got to find that, these are my people. I love these people. You got to love it. You got to love it. It's not gonna work. So that's just my advice to anyone playing with loved ones, family. That's how we've gone through a ton of troubles to get to where we are today. Because there's stories behind every picture, every show. Oi.
Yeah, here's another great photo of you two. I love this photo, so I had to pull it. Wolf, you'll appreciate this. It is such a great photo.
Oh
Yeah.
God, I love that picture.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a really good one. I mean, it really
That's,
is.
I think, Elkin, North Carolina.
No shit. I loved it.
Yeah, and so now they're on
trains too. Trains are cool as shit. So I was like,
yeah,
man, that's just badass.
So now my family, my drummer, my wife are on this journey with me, right? And when we're at, like, let's say this picture. Well, now I've upgraded. We're not living in the truck, but we're living in hotels, right? But I don't got no money because my business is not doing so well. Right? It's a musician, So we have to check out at 11. You know what I mean? But we don't play until 8 or 9 o'clock at night. So what do? Photo shoots. You go find cool spots to take photo shoots. So,
and here's one of them.
All of this, starving myself also because I don't eat until the show. Like, doing all this shoots. It's hot as fuck out. It's North Carolina, humid as hell, and we're doing these shoots, and yeah, that's what we would do until we could get into the bar open usually, so I could get in the AC. You know what I mean? So like they open at like maybe they'll let us in at 6. You know what I mean? Okay, let's go at 6. Right when it opens. Until then, we gotta find something to do. So we're just chilling, going places. Sometimes we go to a travel stop, sit in the AC, play other phones. Barnes and Noble, restaurants, but like ones that are at like grocery stores. You know, like you go to the Subway at Walmart and sit there. You know what I mean? So you can chill. You know, like but you're not eating. You know, you're
You're
just sitting
playing at the
there.
Starbucks at Target. And
Yeah, 1,000 times. Yep, every time. Yep, that's where I'm at. Yeah. So that's what we do. So those pictures, they have so much stories behind them. Yeah, and then also again, so that story too. We're playing the show. I think Kayla got mad at me at that show, and it starts storming rain. She runs off into the town. Don't know where she is. And I have to go find her in this town because with me and the drummer, and I tell the drummer, hey, I'm sorry that this happens, that you have to be part of our drama. But yeah, she got mad at me and ran off into this town in the middle of the night in the pouring rain, and we had no gas, so I had no gas. Like I literally got there, where I was like, I don't even know how to make it to the show. I gotta get gas. So the first thing I had to do was go find a gas station because I don't have gas to go look for her. So I have to go find gas, which I had to drive fucking forever because everything's closed in these stupid small towns. You know what I mean? Because like they only
they roll the streets up at night.
Yes, and some of them only take. They don't even have the thing where you can pay, or I only have cash, and I don't have a card because like I just got paid in cash. I need to put gas in the tank with cash, and your store's closed, but your pumps are on with the pay thing. And I'm like, it's just it's terrible. So I'm driving around. So she's wandering off probably for an hour while I'm trying to figure the other part of the.
I left my phone in the car because it was pouring rain.
Yeah,
so.
She left her phone in the car because it was raining. So she's
So
wandering off in the middle of nowhere
either. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah. So that was the story. After that, after spending all day taking nice photos and beautiful things and then playing a show, now at 1 a.m, I'm looking for gas and she's wandering off and it's storming. And we finally find her, pick her up, and drive back to Sevierville. Once again, that's the story of being in a band with your wife or your girlfriend or whatever. Like it's crazy, and you have to, if you want to do it, it's so hard to keep it together. It is so hard as the leader of the band.
Now, who made this?
I believe
really
was that Ashanti?
Oh, I like that.
Oh yeah, that's AI.
It's AI, but it was by one of our fans, Ashanti, just someone online. I've never actually met her in person.
Yeah.
And so she used AI. I guess when that stuff was popular, like they keep coming with these fads where people change their profile picture, and she made that of our thing. Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's awesome.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I like the detail of her hat too. It's got all the intricate weaving.
Yeah, yeah.
And the hair, like your hair it's they really real fine, fine details.
Yeah.
I thought it was a cool photo.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's part of the out there advice for musicians, like how to get started, what I did, the charity shows, the playing what people want, and keeping it together with family members. And that's just part of the journey. That's just where we were. Like that's not even up to where we are now. I know we've been talking forever, but man.
Oh heck yeah. Now this photo, obviously this is more recent.
Oh yes.
And so this camera, like that's a nice camera system you have there. Now what
that was when I was on the news
video. What was going on in this shoot?
So I was on the news. That's the news camera stuff. Like that's in Bowling Green, I was on the whatever news that is, NBC or something. So that's like a really nice professional camera. Yeah.
Now, what were they interviewing? Was it about music or was it something completely?
Yeah.
unrelated?
So I had just moved to Bowling Green, and so my mom passed away, and I wanted to start a foundation for her that provided. I wanted everything to be free. So I had done very well, again, just getting things situated for myself. playing gigs, felt so blessed, had a boy, you know, all these things. Just so I think I had just played a college tour, just blessed. Yeah, I had played the college tour already. Yes, I was blessed. That's why I moved there, because I had been there in that town at WKU. So we moved there, and I was offering free music lessons through my nonprofit in my mom's name, the Julie Morris Foundation, and they heard about it, so they wanted to come talk to me about my story, my foundation, and just chill. You know, yeah.
That's
And
cool,
and
man.
so we had an interview for me, and I played one of my songs on the news, and I served her falafel, homemade.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He's
Yeah, it was a good day. Yeah, I think she works in Nashville now, because she was like actually a really good reporter. Like, it was rising up, and I think she ended up getting a job in Nashville. So went from the small Bowling Green to a bigger market.
Now, ask Kayla, what's the story behind this? It looks to me like she loves to also dress up.
Oh, that was back in my college days. I worked for so this girl that I went to high school with had started a princess company where she does princess parties, and
Yeah,
it's
though you had the photo like of you with like all the Disney princesses, all of them.
yeah. So
I
that was
think that
her
was on yours,
company
and of
in
course you're Tink, obviously.
Richmond, Kentucky. Yeah, Gleam and Glow Princess Services. But I love that photo. That was at I think they were having a fair or something in Richmond that day.
No, you look great. I mean, you look just like Tinkerbell. I thought it was a great photo. And
Thank
now
you.
that kid was that kid someone you knew, or was that just a kid that was happened to be at the event?
Just someone at the event.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You had to stay in character for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. I got really sunburnt that day. I think it was a 2 or 3 hour gig.
Oh boy, I bet you did get lobster-fied, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great photo though. I saw it. I thought it was just awesome. When I first saw it though, I didn't have my glasses on. So I was making sure it wasn't a more current picture of your kid and with the face showing, but I was like, nope, I'm good. So I thought I'd pull it and use it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then of course, you have now I'm not sure where he's playing here, but I love how you just your hair is just a hot fucking mess, brother. I love it. Look like you just been headbanging your ass off. And I just
Oh
love how
yeah.
you
Well, that's 4th of July in Texas, so
oh,
it's
no doubt.
probably 110 degrees
Ooh,
and
shit.
2020. So yeah, this is one of the gigs that I got to play outside. So this bar, okay, so that's actually a great picture. Actually, that's a good story. How did I? Why did I pick the South? That this place got me that. The reason why I picked going to Alabama, Tennessee, is
Mhm.
because they contacted me because they heard about me because I was the only person still playing in San Antonio, which gave me a lot of love and a lot of hate. 2020, right? Line in the sand, right? You either hate
Mhm.
Graysin Slade or you love him, you know?
Mm.
And this bar, biker bar, outside in about an hour, maybe 45 minutes outside of San Antonio, having a 4th of July, we love America, fuck the world order and all that, like kind of a party, like fuck COVID
Right.
and your rules and your government. We're bikers. We do what we want. Come and get it. And so and they specifically contacted me to play the show. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you want the Metal City Madman to come out? Yes. So this one wasn't the Tom Petty stuff. This was my normal set, but I added that in there too, I think. Uh, but but yeah, so I rocked that show, and then the people were it was a huge thing, bunch of people there, fireworks. It was a good show. And then after that show, I realized the type of people who are my fans, and I thought I need to go to the South, not Texas, because it's not the same thing. I need to go like country, like outside. Like again, this plays Bandera, Texas, outside of San Antonio. Not so I'm not gonna be going to, you know, I went to New Orleans, but I'm not shooting for New Orleans. You know, Miami. I'm not shooting for Atlanta. I'm not shooting for cities. I'm shooting small town Alabama, small town Tennessee, small town Mississippi. You know, like I'm trying to find, like I'm like, okay, where people are outdoors, come and take it, rock and roll. We don't stop partying because you told me to stop. This is America, you know, like. And so that's why I said, let me go call up South. Let me see what's up. You know, I started, and that's why I shot that direction. I forgot why. But those people at that place, they still talk to me. They still follow me from that show.
That's cool, man. That's
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I figured you were from Alabama based on, you know, like I say, that map had so many pins. I was like, well, I guess he's from there. And then, but then when
That's
I
an
talked
honor.
to you
I
on the
love it.
phone, it was like, no, you were like, no, he said Texas. So I'm like,
Yeah.
shit, I don't know.
I'm
I don't know
from
where he was
there.
from.
I spend so much time there. I say roll tide all the time now. You know what I mean? Like that's how. Yeah. So I'm pretty much, it's my second home, man. Because they love it too. Like I mean, that's one of the, you know, obviously roll tide, but like yeah, that's I know it's super easy to say that, but man, I say it all the time in Alabama, and they just love. They go wild. They go wild. Anyone can do it, but like I don't know why. I do it all the time, and they just are like, this guy's legit. Fucking roll tide, you know.
Oh, hell
And it's
yeah.
not on, and yeah, we just rock out. And then I do it in Tennessee too, and they hate it. And I'm just like, yeah, whatever, you know. Because they
This is
don't
a
like,
good
some
shot
of the
too
places don't
here.
like me. Like the Vols fans don't like me, so I'm like, you know what, roll tide. How about that?
It's a way to get
Oh
back in their
man,
good graces. They're like,
I
oh well, he
can't,
likes.
I mean, because you can't say too much about Texas. I mean, now they're getting a little better, but like back when I left, 2020, 21, 20, like again, you can't. If you say something about Texas, they're like, you're not even a contender. Get out of here. You know. Now they're contending. But so I could say, I could go back to my Texas roots, but during this period of my life, Alabama was kicking ass. So I'm just like, roll tide. That's how that's what I live by.
Now, where
This is
was
another
this
good
shot
picture.
at?
So this one, okay, so this is another story. So 2020, I guess the first thing I was getting involved with these people who were like, fuck the government. Okay. So this was a ranch outside in San Antonio, but like just a little bit like outside a little bit, like where it starts to get country. A nice little ranch, you know, maybe it was a few acres, not a huge ranch, just something small. But I got in contact with this dude, and he wanted to do something. It was called my Rock and Roll Speakeasy. It was illegal shows in San Antonio where we rock and roll, and everyone has to be. It's secret. There's no flyers. You don't really tell people. It's where it's like you only. I don't post it online. It's more personal to people. Personal invite, and you have to be willing to deal with the cops if they come. The COVID police. Okay.
The COVID.
I don't know if that's real, but like I was just telling people like, hey, they say that they'll come get you. You can only have X amount of people, and they have to be 6 feet apart. And I said, I don't do rules. You know, I'm rock and roll, so like, you know, I don't care if you want to stand. You can stand 6 feet. It's huge, big property. Go stand over there. But if you want to be right up on someone, get up on them. I don't care. I'm not. You know, America. You do what you want. So, rock and roll speakeasy. And so when my shows got shut down, I took the bill of the show and said, who wants to play with me? Come on. You know, like, let's take the exact same show, but we're not going to play in the city where they closed it. We're going to go to this ranch. So it was on a flatbed trailer. I put all the speakers, all the equipment. We put a tent, one of those, whatever, what I forgot they're called. Just those
Like them ones you pop up real quick.
Yeah, that was
so the canopies or whatever.
Yeah, canopy over it, like I had a big long one that was like double the size, so it's like it fit like a huge amount. You can put a whole band under there, and put all the things, the lights, everything, and we set up the sound system on a flatbed trailer, and then we had a party in the outside, and we rocked out. Rock and roll speakeasy. I think I did maybe two of them, 2 or 3, and it was just hard to find bands to want to do it with me. Making money was hard too, because it's like, you know, just hard to charge everyone. You really want them to come to it because it's like it's therapy, right? You had people committing suicide because they're stuck inside. They got nothing to do, right? Like during COVID time. So
Yeah.
like I just really was like, maybe don't charge them, don't charge too much or donation or whatever. So it was a little tough with that. It was more about the principle of it, that we do rock and roll because we're rock and rollers, like we don't, like, the system is not what we do. Like we got to stand for something. And so again, this is what I was getting involved in, these people, and that's why again I went to Alabama, because I was like, that's where they don't care. Roll Tide,
Right.
Now,
how long
they
a
don't
set
care
do
about
you
nothing.
perform when you do it? Do you perform?
What's that?
Do you? How long is your sets when you perform?
So back in the day, so I had I think 4 hours of straight music, and yeah. So then I would play. I wouldn't take breaks when I was alone. I didn't take breaks. So it was 4 hours straight. I show up, play the whole 4 hours straight.
Dang.
And then so then Kayla got in, and now we have 4 hours of set with breaks, with 15-minute breaks. Yeah, but I have played. There was a story in Chattanooga where I played, I think, 14 hours straight. Well, not straight.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I took a break, and then it was what was it? The New Year's Eve. Started early. I showed up to set up, and I started early because I had nothing to do. I'm homeless, right? So I showed up early to get in the AC. Went ahead and set up my equipment, and then people were like, "Hey, you want to play a song?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't start till like 6 or 7." And it's like, I don't know, whatever, 3 in the afternoon. I don't know what time it is. And they're like, I'll give you money if you start playing now. And I'm like, yep, let's do it. Like, I'm homeless, let's do this shit. So I start playing like at 3.
Holy shit, dude.
And they just keep giving me money. So I'm like, fuck yeah, this is great. Chattanooga's great. So I play all the way till all my head set. Now it's set. It's gonna 7 o'clock. It's time to start the show. So then I play. Everyone changed out, so I start the set again. Play the next fucking set all night long. I stopped for New Year's Eve. Yeah, hey, Happy New Year! And then this wedding party comes in, because there was a church next door or something, right across the parking lot, and they're like, "Hey, you're playing music?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just finished. It's New Year's." He's like, "What if I give you money?" I think he's like $100. He's like, "I give you $100. You keep playing." Yeah, sure, man. I've only been playing for 8 fucking hours now. You know what I mean?
Holy fuck.
But I need the money that bad. So let's do this shit.
How did you not blow your fucking voice out, especially doing fucking metal? I mean,
a lot of guitar solos, a lot of instrumentals. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I'm more concerned about my fingers breaking actually during this time, like because I did have to, not after the show, but later on in my career, I had to go to the hospital because of my inflammation in my hand from playing too many shows. So now I cut it to 8 hours a week playing shows. Yeah. And so but these are what I did in the beginning when I was insane and all that. But yeah, so then they paid me to play all the way to 2 in the morning. And I think because it was New Year's and no one cares, we played, longer. So it ended up being 14 hours total. So I might've started at 2 PM. I don't remember, but it was 14 hours when I counted it. I was like, damn, with just a little break in between for, what was it? New Year's Eve, to say Happy New Year.
Yeah. Watch the ball drop.
Yeah. So that was crazy, but 4 hours of music, I just kept playing it over and over and over because the crowd kept changing. But yeah, so that's what I did. And then, like I said, later on in my career, my hand started hurting so bad. And I went ahead and went to the hospital to ask them what's up. And they were just like, it's inflammation from playing too much. And I'm like, okay. So then I cut it. And so now that's my thing, right? So it could be 1 8-hour show, 2 4-hour shows, a bunch of 2-hour shows, whatever it is. But I clock it 8 hours a week. That's all I will do. I won't book anything more than that.
Wow. That's a good picture.
Yeah, that's a good picture too.
That's also a Moorhead State.
That's the one, obviously, where he had his. You can see his boy's
Yeah.
hand right there, hanging down there, fucking in his limp,
Yeah.
milk drunk state. You know.
Yep. Yeah.
But I thought that was still such a cool photo. You know, yeah, wearing your son on your back while you and the wife are playing. I just thought that was just so cool. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
it was
wow.
crazy.
You don't see many people that do that, so I thought that was pretty stellar.
Yeah, it was wild. It was a wild time, and he was small enough to where he didn't weigh too much. Now he's bigger and stuff, so it's he'd be tougher. But yeah, it was a thing. Yeah. So he's already played 5 shows, so that was pretty cool.
He's played 5 shows with you? No shit.
Yep,
That's awesome,
5.
dude. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Does he normally sleep through them?
Yeah, every one of them he slept like that. Yeah.
Around, and I'm sure that's just so melodic that it's
yeah, like he's pretty much out. I would say before the show starts, sound check,
really?
done, sleep, done. Yeah, he's out.
Is he still napping now?
Yeah, he's great.
He's had a pretty good little nap. 2.5
hours. Yeah,
and
and he goes to bed at 7. Like he loves eating and sleeping. He's great. So like he's easy with a lot of the things we do. Like he just is, again, blessed by God. I don't know. He's the perfect son. Obviously, everyone would say that and should say that, but he meshes with us great because he's not really that much trouble, and
that's cool.
That's a good boy. Good. Yeah. So like I said, he's out. I could put him like clockwork, so I can schedule things around him because again, he goes down like clockwork. Everything, nighttime, and his nap. And he eats as long as I stuff him full.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I do. And he ate 3 eggs earlier and a bunch of fruit. So yeah, he's I stuff him good. Yeah, he eats eggs too. He's about 6 a day. He does, for real. 3 and 3, yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's good protein.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Excuse me.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's go ahead.
Tell everybody what you're nominated for through the
I have no idea.
Entertainment Award Show. Oh, you don't even know?
I have no idea. No, I don't. I didn't know I was even nominated till we talked and you were asking about the podcast. I was like,
so that's when you found, oh well shit. Yeah. So,
yeah, that's when I found out. And then there's Kayla. She likes to look in the camera sometimes. But
we don't mind.
Yeah, she's just over here trying to peek to see if something new happened. It's just us 3 again. But anyway, so yeah, I didn't know I was even nominated for anything. I thought it had passed. I saw an ad for it and I was like, oh, cool show. But again, I was going through a lot of stuff. I know I said, we had those 2 low moments in my life, but it got way worse. Way worse, so like the ultimate low of almost dying has happened during the time that I guess this award show has been out. And so I have not had a care in the world besides not dying and my family not dying. So
yeah, because you said you and the family were homeless together as a collective group for a short time, eh?
Not really, but
okay.
Almost.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
but
yes,
close.
Willing. So it's been a tough time. Like I said, the music. I made Kayla. I told her, I said, look, this is my life. We get married. You're not marrying a successful rich man. Obviously, you met me and I gave you tater tots. That is probably your whole future. Just so you know what you're doing. Okay. And so if you want anything, we're going to have to, I'm the guy who has to save money for it. Things that you might think are easy to buy, like tater tots, I have to play a 3-hour show for, this is not the life that you might want. Yes, Kayla.
But he told me I could be a stay-at-home mom.
Oh, well.
Okay, he likes to bounce around the story.
In this day and age, you almost have to, because God.
Yeah, so I guess I said that.
God,
and said we're going to save money for tater tots, so you can stay home, but that you're gonna have to learn how to ration your food, or because I don't got nothing. Okay, but anyways, the way it went, I said, I don't have much. The important part is I don't have anything. I don't got nothing but tater tots, and I got to save money or play a whole show for it. So if you want something, you probably won't get it with me. Do you want to marry me still? Okay. You want to have kids? They're going to grow up poor. Just so you know. I'm not going to get a job and do all these things for you. That's just how it is. I play music. You chose me. That's how it is. You know, like that's I put my foot down on that because I felt, again, God gave me this gift. God told me to do this. This is what I do. And just because I met you and you want to have a life, which I do too, but you have to come to terms with who you chose. You chose a homeless man. You know, like you're not going to change me. That's
Well, at
never
least you
worked in
didn't
the history
sugarcoat it.
of people.
You know,
like, you know,
you
it's
didn't
never
fill her
worked.
head with a bunch of false promises.
Oh,
so.
no, I'm going to be famous and buy you something. Nope. You're probably going to eat tater tots, you know, and off
For
my
your
plate.
whole
'Cause I
life.
can only afford one plate.
Tots and chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
And I'll
Yeah.
eat the gizzards.
So I told her that. Exactly. Like there'll always be something you can eat. Just it may not, you know, the chicken part might not be the prime cut that you want. So. But she also doesn't like bone in stuff. So many
I
times
don't either. I don't like bone in either.
I'm like,
I
hey, we
can't
got
handle
bone in wings. I guess I'm eating that and you get the tater tots. Like that's how we live our life. So that's what I told her. She said, sweet, let's get married. All right. We got married. Let's have a son. Let's do it. Okay. You know, that was a lot harder than she had thought. So it, you know, broke her body and her mentally, and she had extreme postpartum. And I had to take the complete load of a lot of things, which even if I wanted to get a job, there would have been no time because I'm taking care of a baby full time and her. So our money just kept going down the drain because that's what happens, right? Bills. They don't stop
they
because you
don't
got a
stop.
kid. Yeah.
You're damn right about that, brother.
Yep. So I tried to stay afloat, tried to play shows. Like I said, it was her versus the music. And then she's postpartum. So she's a lot of issues, mental issues, fighting and things, you know, and so like I could not play a show, couldn't do anything, couldn't stay afloat, couldn't negotiate a gig. So I literally had to kind of quit music because I had to take care of my son. Someone had to take care of him, you know, and so money down the drain until it was all gone. And so when I knew it was almost all gone, I started trying to find plan B. What are we going to do? Because I know we're about to die or be homeless, but she doesn't and isn't taking it the serious way that I am. Then she came to terms with it after I, you know, told her, and then it was like, okay, we became a team, but it wasn't all the way there yet, but we became a team in the fact that we were going to be homeless together because I was like, this is what it is, you know, and she knew that it was because of what she was doing, that I couldn't do anything like, and it's too late. I can't just go play a gig now. No one knows me. I haven't practiced. You know, you have to book 3 months out a lot of times. Like it's over. You know, like we're homeless. You know, and you have to come to terms with that. So we, you know, and I told her what was going to happen. We're not going to pay the rent. We're going to get eviction notice. It's going to take this many days before they kick us out. This is how long you have. So you need to get your stuff together, pick what you want, fill the one trailer we have, get the essentials, and we're going to go, I guess, live in parking lots like I used to do. And I'm going to have to play music. I'm going to busk for money or something or try to get gigs because that's the only thing I know. And that's what I told you I was going to do. But like I said, even if I want to get a job, no, there was no way to even have 1 second to myself to even apply, show up. I wouldn't be at work on time. I'd get fired immediately. Like, again, it was bad, you know, like just volatile, toxic, terrible. So it wasn't like if someone's listening to the story going like, why don't you just get a job? Oh, so you're just staying with your morals and you said you wouldn't get a job. And even if I wanted to, no, couldn't. And if anyone's ever been in a situation like that with somebody that wouldn't let you do anything, that's where I was. Okay,
Yeah.
so she needed to really find herself. She needed to do these things. Baruch Hashem, I love God. He did this for me. I learned a lot. I would never give it up for a second. I would
Yeah.
never go back on what I did. I tell her this multiple times. I think I've told her maybe 3, 4 times that I would let you do worse to me. That's how good my life is now. I would let you do worse. 5 times, 10 times worse. I would everything, anything to me. That's how good my life is now.
Oh, that's awesome. And
You got
congrats
something,
for
Fred?
stepping up, because a lot of men won't. And you did, because a lot of women, man, postpartum is not it's not anything to be
Yeah,
embarrassed about. I mean, it happens to a lot of good women.
yeah,
And I'm
Yeah.
just glad that you stepped up as a man to help her through her situation, because
yeah.
she needed that. And you're a stand up, you're a class act, dude. So's your
I
wife.
appreciate it.
I just
Y'all are
wanted
both.
to explain just a little bit of my side of that. So
Go ahead.
what ended up happening once we had our baby and I
Hmm.
saw him, I realized we couldn't give him everything that he deserved. And so we moved to our new place, and I told Grayson that I was going to pray and confess the sins of my bloodline and my family, and offer to atone to give our son a clean slate. And he
Hmm.
supported me. He said, okay. And he held my hands while I prayed. And God put me through hell for a year, but I came out of it.
Yep.
And that's the important thing, is there is a bright side after the darkness,
And I
as
guarantee,
long as we stay together.
then
Yeah,
what?
and that was another promise I made her do too. Is that if we do this, like if we have a child together, we are not getting divorced. I don't care what your problem is. You know what I mean? Like I don't care if you don't like me, whatever. We don't do that because I grew up in a broken home, and I'm not doing that to my child because it sucks not having a dad there and having to teach yourself guitar because no one's there to teach you how to do anything. That my mom gave me a barbecue pit, lighter fluid, and some charcoal and said, "Go teach yourself how to barbecue." Like that's that was nice. It was a good birthday gift to give me that, and I had to go learn, but I didn't know how to cook it. And she said, "And here's some chicken, make dinner." And then some random guy walks by and is like, teaches me how to barbecue. You know what I mean? And that's just that you would like your dad to do that. So I didn't want that to happen to him. So I made her promise that too. And that's, again, I keep my vows. And that's a Jewish thing too. You keep your vows. Told her that's it. So yes, we stay together no matter what. And it's been great. It has been. Like I said, I would let her I would do it all again, 10 times worse, lose all the money, lose everything. I would do anything except die because I wouldn't be in this beautiful spot. So just close to death. I would take everything. She could do anything to me. She could beat me up physically. I don't care. My life is great. Boy, so yeah, so that was how bad it got though. She was whacked out of her mind and going through some shit, and I was holding everything together, and it's all crashing down upon me. And I feel like a loser, as a man. My son's gonna be homeless, something that I had to do as a man, but not as a child. Like, what the hell is this? And I can't even save him. I can't play a gig. I couldn't even get a job I wanted to. It was terrible. So bad. And so we packed everything up and we were ready to leave, and we decided I told her we're gonna leave on Thursday. She wanted to leave on Tuesday. But again, just she does those things, and I'm like, that's fine. We're leaving Thursday. And she got like kind of sick, cold, whatever. God put her down, put her in the bed, which is good because she wanted to leave on Tuesday, and I told her no, and he made her listen. This is good. And I get a call, Indiana, probably Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday thing. I get an email. Hey, you want to come to Indiana? Sure. Well, we'll talk to you on Wednesday. Okay, talk to you on Wednesday. They love it. So I'm praying at the time on Wednesday when we talk, right? So I have my tefillin on. If anyone's familiar with that, just when you pray, Jewish men in the morning wear tefillin. I have a prayer shawl on and the leather straps and stuff like that. I do this interview with this guy, and I'm like, hey, what's up, man? And he's on the same thing. He sees me, so he's just like, this guy, who is this guy? You know? And I'm like, yeah, sorry, I didn't have time to take the filling off, and I just figured, why not? If you don't like me because I'm Jewish, it's good. You know, you can tell me to get out of here. You know? But I'm all up front. And he's like, yeah, when can you be here? And I'm like, I don't know, Thursday? The day I was gonna leave anyways, and go live in a parking lot. And he's like, all right, cool, we'll see you Thursday. We got a house for you, got everything for you. You just come on down, everything furnished, boom. You don't got to bring nothing, because I can't put furniture in my stupid trailer anyways. You know what I mean? I can only put some totes and stuff, right? So we got a furnished house for you. Come on over. We got everything taken care of. Come on down. Okay. So yeah. So the first plan was to go bus. We were going to probably Nashville. We're going to drive and just try to figure it out. But instead, I get to go to Indiana and have everything provided for me. This beautiful, beautiful scenery out here.
Hell yeah. You all got your pictures. I was like, damn, they got a nice place.
Yeah.
And you ain't that far from me. You're only about 2 hours from me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm in
So
Louisville.
that's what happened. And that's all because of my beautiful, wonderful wife, the greatest wife I could ever have asked for.
All right.
Atoned to Hashem and drained all of our money and almost killed us. I love you.
Yeah. And look where you're at today.
Greatest, yes, the greatest. Because the greatest God, Hashem, he blessed me because I went all the way to the ground, just like every other time that I said, kill me. God, make an example of me. I got $5 in Morristown, or I'm in San Antonio, and I say, I'm driving to Alabama on the way, and if I die on the side of the road, kill me. And I took my family and said, we're going to be homeless. Because I made a vow to a woman because you told me to get married because it's a commandment. You told me to be fruitful and multiply. I had a son. Can't play shows no more. Because of your commandments, I'm going to die. Kill me. And he blessed me with everything. My God. Yeah, everything's cheaper here.
Turned around good for you.
Like even cheaper. Like again, my bills are the lowest. Like everything's cheaper. Car insurance is like probably fucking a third to a fourth of the price. My God. People just throw food at me so much that I'm eating 20 eggs at a meal.
Yeah, that's a lot.
When I was eating cans of green beans, you know, like, who is this man? This man is blessed. My God. Yeah, it's so beautiful. So yeah, I'm so happy. And it's because I took a chance, took a risk. So I don't know what to, you know, I don't know. Anyone out there who's trying to do something, keep going. Don't stop. Push through. And hopefully pray to God. If you know God, that's even better. But just keep going. It'll work. You know, you'll break through the barrier.
Yep.
That's all I can say. Every single time I've broken through the barrier and I've been saved somehow. Don't quit. If you have a God-given talent, don't let anyone. And it's not that everyone is like again, this is a beautiful world and everyone is awesome regardless. And I talked about all these lines in the sand. And when I go play these shows, tons of my fans I don't tell them politics. I don't care. I don't care your religion. I'll tell you about me. This is what I believe. This is who I am. But I don't care what you do. Don't care what you do. Don't care who you like, who you voted for. I have tons of fans who are on both sides. And I love everyone. We're all great. We're all good. And sometimes people come around. So even like what I went through with my wife, maybe you would think, wow, what an enemy, what a toxic person. But she saved me in the end. It became beautiful. A curse became a blessing. So that's why I say push through. You know, whatever it is, don't give up. Don't get divorced. Don't just keep on going. You know, don't give up your music if it's your God-given talent. Whoever's stopping you will come around eventually. You know, like if you're true, if you're righteous, you keep going. You know, whatever it is, your family, they're all saying, you can't do it. You can't make it. Just keep going. Just keep going.
Well, everybody's got haters.
Yeah, they do. Don't worry about the haters. Just keep on going. They'll love you someday when they need something from you. Yes.
Hey, Graysin, it was nice meeting you.
You too. You got to run.
And I loved hearing your story.
It was a good story. Yeah. I knew it was going to be awesome after talking to him on the phone. I was like,
Yeah, and
hell
that's
yeah,
how it
it's gonna
ends,
be
because that's where I'm at now, and we're just, you know, I'm just riding this beautiful, beautiful place that I'm at, and we're getting back in music and
Working on a new project.
working on some stuff. Kayla knows how to sing now. Also, again, this is just another blessing. Just so you know, again, people who don't know how to play music, no talent, told her was allegedly bass player, great bass player. Her singing voice when she first started singing, just being honest, worst voice I've ever heard in my life. American Idol outtakes bad. Okay. You know, and that's true. I'm just being real, and I told her that many times. And when she tried to sing, I'm like, "No, that's really bad. Like you're terrible." And all of a sudden, God just blesses her. Voice of an angel. She starts singing. We've worked a lot. I've tried to teach her. So tough, but she now can sing.
She figured it
So
out
now
on
we're
her
trying
own.
to work on some more projects where she can sing, and she has a great voice. She's not all the way there yet, but she's beyond what I mean, I've seen stuff in bars, you know what I mean? Like she's definitely can sing in any band. She's great. I mean, like she wants, you know, obviously you want to be better, but and she's gonna get better. But I've never seen somebody turn around that sounds tone deaf. Like, you know,
Well,
those people in
you
American
all,
Idol never improve that much. Like if you're on the
right.
bloopers, you're done. Don't sing.
Well, you all kind of
She,
remind me of Jack White and Meg White.
yeah,
Because
I've heard that before.
because from what I remember reading, and I don't know if it's true or not, so don't hold me to it, people. But apparently Jack White chose Meg when he found her. She was not very good at drums. She was very raw. She was very,
Mm,
you know, she was still trying to find herself, and he
yeah,
loved that rawness. He loved that inexperience because
yeah.
it went with him. It's like it
Hmm.
meshed perfectly.
Yes,
So
that's a
it
whole
kinda is
vibe. Yeah.
a similar situation with the 2 of you.
Yeah.
So,
So
which
now
is
she's
kinda
doing that.
cool.
So now we're working on some other stuff, you know, some original stuff, some that tells our story as well. Um, you know, so we got other projects coming on. You know, we have what we do still, the Graysin Slade show, and but yeah, we got some other stuff. We're working on things, and
Well,
she's
tell
singing and
everybody yeah, we're
beautiful.
almost 3 hours. Go ahead and tell everybody where can they find you 2?
Well, I think we're gonna be playing in, I think it's Muncie, Indiana. I have to look. I don't even know where I'm playing next, but next weekend I'm playing. Um, Kayla's got it in her phone. I got a show next week. She's looking it up.
Muncie.
And
Muncie, Indiana, called Piano Bar 5. We in Muncie,
nice.
Indiana on, I think it's a Friday,
28.
28th, the 28th. So we have a
Nice.
show, yeah, that day, and then besides that, we'll just be. I have some other ones. Maybe I'm in talking to. I think I just talked to the library that wants me to come play some blues music over
No
here in
shit, that's kinda cool.
Spencer. Yeah, like
And
just
of course, you all are on all social media platforms, right? Yeah, that I mean,
yes, just all social media. Just
yours
look my name up, Graysin Slade, Graysin with an I, and then if you want to get me on Spotify, things like that. My newest music, my like actual sound isn't on there. Can't really afford to put it on there. Or I couldn't afford a month or so ago. So hopefully, eventually, I'll have some time. It's hard to find time as well.
that's what's fun about this podcast too, is everybody's up and coming. So you can't expect perfect quality on everything because people they haven't got to that level yet. You know, you can only
Yeah,
do what you can afford to do. I will say this
exactly.
about his social media platform, folks. You will find him and his thumbnail is him with that guitar that I showed earlier, the blue one with him wearing the maroon shirt. That's the original Facebook page that you want to look for. There is another one, and that one I believe is false. So just leave it be. So look for that thumbnail, and you know you're finding the correct one for
Yeah.
Graysin.
Yes. And make sure if you ever talk to anyone on there and I don't seem cool, it's probably one of the fake haters. You know what I mean? Because you
Yeah,
see my personality. I do have a lot of haters. You know, a lot of haters.
yeah.
So people make fake accounts. They will do things like that. They'll pretend to be me.
Yeah.
They'll say all kinds of things. It's tough. It's tough when you.
Uh-oh. I think we lost him. I think he just froze up, Wolf.
I do
Either
believe he did.
that or this is the longest pause for reflection ever. One or the other. I think we lost him though. Well, we'll get him back in. I mean, we're going to be wrapping up here anyway, folks. We're hitting it. We're getting close to the 3-hour mark, so we'll get him back in here and say our goodbyes. But it's been a great. I knew it was going to be a fun show because I mean, his story is just. It's just there was just a whole lot to unpack. There really was, and that makes for a great show. So hopefully he'll get back in here. Let me. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go ahead. If you can hear me, I'm going to go ahead and kick you so you can come back in. We'll give him a second to come back in. Wolf, is there anything you need to plug before we wrap up this show? If so, fire away. You're still on mute.
I don't know if did you hear him?
It's not part of it.
He yelled gizzards as he was walking away to go to the bus stop.
What's up, Travis? Man, we're just wrapping up the show, brother. We've been on for about 3 hours now, but well, Wolf might be famous. I'm just some turd, but I keep hearing about it. I hope y'all have a great day. We hope you have a great day too, Travis. Thank you so much, man, for stopping in, brother. I really appreciate it, Travis. Well, hopefully he'll come back in.
I don't have anything else.
All right. And really, there's not much else. I will say this while we're waiting for him to come back in. Again, those of you all, I can't say this enough, but those of you all that want to go to that award show, please, if you're looking for tickets, there are still some. Get them while you can. Also, book your hotel earlier than later so you're not last minute ditching. Everybody, you can go and check her Facebook page at southernlightsentertainment.com. And Graysin will be back.
Hey.
So you can go and check out her Facebook page at southernlightsentertainment.com. You'll see.
Can you refill that?
She posted. We went through and did the whole lineup of what everybody gets. So it took us a very long time to figure out time slots so where we could try to keep people from, like maybe let people get back to the seats before they may or may not win awards, stuff like that. So it was a strategic back and forth, who's going to do what. And then, of course, we had to plug in times and everything else. So it came out to where everybody gets 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Granted, it may not seem like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, we have to adhere to an 8-minute schedule because it's going to go on for I don't know how many hours. Like it's a lot. So
yeah.
if we let people do more than that, then I mean, hell, it'd be 1 a.m. before you could even get out, and I don't even know if you'd have it that long. So it's 8 minutes. So if you got 2 songs, for sure, it looks like most people. But if you have a couple shorties, you might be able to squeeze in 3 as long as you hit the 8-minute mark. But again, go to southernlightsentertainment.com, check out her post that has the different time slots, and you can just check and just make sure nothing's changed. You are used to hearing my loud mouth on podcasts, so if there is something that does update, I do try to mention it when I do shows, as well as I'm learning TikTok slowly but surely. So, but nonetheless, now we got Graysin back. He had right at the end, man. We had a 3-hour show before you got dropped. So I guess that's really not too bad.
And we had trouble in the beginning, so it let us get that far.
So I'll take the middle. The middle flowed flawlessly. So. But I guess we'll get ready and wrap it up. But go ahead, Wolf.
And you had a jumping guy talking about gizzards.
Yeah, he was happy as I ain't never seen anybody so damn happy over gizzards in my life.
I know.
I wanted to give the guy a fucking high five, but
yeah.
I was like, damn,
where are you at? St. Louis?
Gizzard.
Yeah,
St. Louis.
He's in St. Louis.
All right,
that's where she's at currently.
We need to get a gig in St. Louis and I need to get paid in chicken livers, and I need to give that guy some of it. Hopefully, I can negotiate both of us getting a plate, but if we have to share, we'll have to share. I don't know. Times are tough.
Let me know, because I can actually text him and tell him where you're at, and he'll come. He'll definitely come and get some.
Man, I love it. I love it. Man, that brings me back. Oh man, I'm excited. I love crazy shit like that. Just the little things.
I had to mute myself the entire time because he was standing by me and he was laughing and commenting on everything. And he said, "Dude, you didn't tell me about your podcast." I said, "I did too." He goes, "Well, you told me you had something, but you gave it to my girlfriend." And I'm like, "Well, she was supposed to give it to you." And he goes, I would love watching you guys, you and Bones. He said, "I would love watching you guys." I said, "Well, usually lately I've been streaming stuff on my YouTube." So I gave him my YouTube. He goes, "Man, you guys are hilarious as hell."
And we've been blessed. We've had a lot of good people, you included. So thank you so much
Appreciate it.
for coming on the show and taking time out of your day. Especially, I mean, you trooped through like 3 hours like it was nothing. And I know that we could have with your story that hour and a half we talked on the phone the other day. I was like, damn, you could make a big. I mean, there was a lot to cover. And that's why I was like, man, this is going to be such a good show. And it was.
Yeah.
So
we can do it, and we could do it again, whatever. Next year, we'll see what happened this year or something, and fill in some details that happened that we didn't talk about in between kind of stuff, Yeah.
Absolutely. But it was a pleasure seeing you in person. And then, of course, meeting Mama. It was really nice. So tell her thank you so much for even participating. She was a doll. That's for sure.
Well, Graysin, when I get home and I get settled and into a place, I definitely want to have you on my podcast too.
For sure. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And where are you going to be at? So are you in Louisville normally? Like, is that where you're going to head?
No, I'm going to be in Kentucky.
Okay.
She's more like Moorhead area.
So Moorhead. Yes. Love Moorhead.
An hour and a half, 2 hours away from Louisville.
Yeah. I've been there multiple times. So I played there twice, I think, at Moorhead State.
Yeah.
And so I've been there a lot, chilling. Love it. Love the town.
Hell yeah. Well, I guess, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we can go ahead and just wrap it up. If anybody's got any last thing they want to plug real quick, feel free to do it. But if not, I just want to thank everybody for coming out and watching the show. A lot of times you don't have as many when you're early on like this live as you do later. So, so once, I don't know if I told you this, but tonight, tomorrow is when I'll probably upload it. I'll have to let it download, then I'll upload it to Buzzsprout. Then once I do that, in about 24 to 48 hours, you'll be on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Prime, Spotify, and there's like 12 other like ones that I'd never even fucking heard of. So you're obviously going to have the audio and video is going to remain on my YouTube channel, which is at Bones42323 for anybody that's interested in watching and listening. The others is mainly audio because it's way more expensive to do both. And it was not cheap to do one. Not to mention this platform, I got to pay for this too. That cost. So I'm taking it in baby steps until I can start making some money as well to kind of just help with the cost. But other than that, I'm really blessed that you took time. Thanks, brother. I really appreciate it.
Of
and
course.
Hopefully we'll see you at the award show. I mean, that would be it would be flipping awesome. And hang out with everybody and just have a good show. So Miss Pam, she's really put in a whole lot of her own monies. And it's we definitely want people that want to be there and that want to actually play live too. Live music is, that's the best part about the award shows is watching the bands perform. So I look forward to seeing everybody, and thanks again for being on. And then you may have him on too. And again, the invitation is always going to be there. So I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Like I said, for Wolf, I'll be on your show, and anyone who does listen to this later on, has anything that they want to, say, comment, ask me, contact me on any platform. I try to check and be active on different things, DMs and stuff like that. So, if there's something I left out, and I'm open to anything, it doesn't even have to be about music. Like I always tell people, like I'm a complex character. Music might have gotten me, started and everything, that piece of wood, like I talk about, but and you want to talk about
Well, we talked about
family,
food, man. We had a
food,
hell of a food conversation.
yeah, food. If you want to, people are more interested in food, my religion, my fitness, anything, man. Like I'm down to talk about anything. I love just helping and sharing. Like, because again, there's people who want to know, like I said, how did I thin out, and how easy it was, and how maybe somebody just wants to change their diet, and they want to know how did you do it, or what's your workout regimen? Okay, because like I just work out at home. I
That's
don't
what I
even have
do
a gym
too.
membership, and it's like, man, I think I'm doing better here than I did when I was at a gym. So like, you don't always
It's funny
need,
that you say that because I think so too. I
yeah,
feel that I'm more motivated doing it at home because I don't dread the drive up somewhere
the
and then
drive.
working
Yeah,
out
you
and
end up
driving
spending like
home.
an hour
Yeah, it's like
driving.
I can just
Yeah,
work out for an hour and be
I
yeah,
would
done with it.
I would rather exercise at home as well because I don't like to do it in front of others.
Well,
yeah.
and I can understand. I could see that too. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, yeah. You also be casual. You don't got. You might want to get more dressed to go to the gym. You know what I mean? At home, you're just
Well,
like
that's true too. Yeah,
whatever I'm
that's
wearing.
true.
I'm gonna work out in this. Like so. Yeah, it's like I said. I'm open to that because if anyone needs any way to help, right? How to get started. You want some advice and music, or like I said, if it's even said about what I do, Torah study, religion, just just ask questions. Never feel like you're offending me. Everything is on the table. If I don't want to answer it, I'll tell you, hey, that's not cool or something. Like
Yeah.
it's all good. So yeah, so just anyone who listens to this, contact me if you want to ask a question, or if any opportunities like that one guy you said about the acting and stuff like that. I've never done that, but I'd be
I
open
gotta
to
go buy.
chatting.
Well, you
All
never
right,
know.
we'll be in touch.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, but yeah,
It
so
was a
like
pleasure.
anyone, like I said, I'm down for that. I had looked for some opportunities to do different things, modeling, all kinds of things, because I was like, hey, I'm fit now, so I'm open to everything. Just contact me. I'm just a real
Hell yeah.
guy trying to make it out here. Come to a show if I post a show as well, and or if anyone has a gig or a bar that want me to play, contact me. Like I said, I'm even playing at the library over here in Spencer, Indiana. Like I play everywhere. I said, I'm the madman. I play on trailers, at ranches, you know,
Hey,
street corners, whatever you need, man.
when you want it, that's what you got to do. You got to just
Yeah.
go
So
get
I
it, and
just
you're a go
contact me.
getter. It's obvious. So
That's what I do. So yeah, that's all. That's my only plug, really, is just, hey, I'm here.
hell
Contact me,
yeah,
ask me
my
questions,
brother.
and if someone asks me on yours and you want to ask me for them, same thing. Just shoot me something. I'll answer the question. You
You
know.
got it, my brother. And man, it was great meeting you and
You
Mama.
too. You
It
too.
was
And
it was
we'll see each
fucking.
other again. We'll be in touch.
Oh, we totally will, bro.
And I
Oh
say,
yeah,
maybe
100%.
we'll do another show, a year later to see where I'm at or something. So
Oh hell yeah. Well, and you
anytime.
never know. You get close enough too. You never know. We should end up showing up to one of your shows and hanging out with y'all.
Yeah,
So
I
I
will
would
let
have
you
fun.
know
I would enjoy
when
that
I'm over
too.
there.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let me know when you're
Definitely.
close. And I've got somebody that I'm gonna reach out to that's
Okay.
they're new to the bar scene, so they
Yeah.
don't have a super big budget yet, but
Yeah.
they don't have things. And I'm like, well, I've got, like I told her about Blake Henry when I had him on because he had mentioned it. Same with you. I'd tell him about you, So
Yeah.
I'll definitely I'd be in touch if you know I'd be in
Cool.
touch if I hear of anything. You'll know about it because I'll reach out and holler at you, brother.
Definitely. Perfect, man. I
All
appreciate it.
right. Well, until we meet again, it was great, brother. Best
All
of the
right, man.
family. Wish you all the very best.
Awesome. Thank you so
All
much, man.
right. This is Bones saying peace out, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to this 12th edition of the music edition of the Bones Unfiltered podcast. I'm your host, Bones, and that young man that was sitting next to me, is Graysin that's with an I, S-I-N, Graysin Slade. So definitely check him out on all social media platforms, him and his lovely wife, Kayla. But until then, peace.
Bones Unfiltered Podcast.